are, really establish your identity. So for Pella Christian here tonight, I'm looking forward again. I look forward to every Friday night, right? I mean, these are all awesome, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue to grow and develop as they get into playoff prep mode.
Well, JD, the rush attack has not been the secret. They're top 3 in just about every statistical category. But, JD, it's been adding wrinkles in the passing game that has really been kind of the mission for this team, knowing that they saw it against Sigourney Keota. Water versus water, they are a really good rushing team, but there are teams that may be able to beat them. Pella Christian, especially tonight, even though it's a little bit colder, a little bit windier, we may see them continue to try and refine a few things with that passing game to make themselves a little more than just that one really good dimension.
Yeah, I always kind of use the baseball analogy that there's some teams, Sigourney Keota is a great example, that they throw their fastball, and they're pretty much going to throw that all the time, right? They're going to perfect their fastball, and they're just going to keep humming it in there. And maybe every once in a while they'll mix in the curveball with some deep passing play. But for Pella Christian, they've really worked on the fastball, right? I mean, they've really improved that this year, and they have that running game with Benny Schurz and Isaac Kakmarinsky that they know they can go to. But their style is more to mix it up a little bit. They want to throw in some junk along the way, and whether it's some play action pass, some straight drop back passes, we've seen some sweeps. Just offensively becoming a little more versatile is certainly a key for them moving forward.
Well, we'll see how all things shake out here when we come back. Head coach Rich Kakmarinsky will join us in our Smash Park Radio pregame show, get his thoughts about tonight's matchup with 0-6 Cardinal, the 5-1 Eagles, looking to put themselves in a position for at least a home game coming up in 2 weeks to open the Class 1A playoffs. We'll have more of our Smash Park Radio pregame show when we come back. Coach Kak joins us from Eagle Lane on KRLS 2. Rebound tipped out. Allen, can he make it 3 in a row? And the answer is yes. No, Allen hits 3 3-pointers in a row. And there we go. Our first of what we hope are many.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. Get paid positions up to $26.05 an hour. All 9 positions will receive a shift differential. Employees will be offered a referral program up to $1,500, weekly pay up to $1,000 weekly, a free 2-year college education for children of employees, compressive benefits, medical, dental, and prescription coverage, paid vacation and holidays, and 401k match, pension, and profit sharing. Apply today here at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town, but there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old-world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengracht, home to Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel. Dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengracht in Pella.
At Smash Park in Pella, there's always an exciting event right around the corner, and the best way to keep up to date is to download the Smash Park mobile app. Whether it's Sunday brunch bingo, a pickleball event, dodgeball or darts tournament, or a watch party for the Bachelorette or the upcoming big game, we'll have all the details in our app. You'll also see special offers and coupons, and use it to check out the menu when you come to eat. Download the Smash Park mobile app and come play and enjoy your
My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
Hi, this is Stephen Patel, part of the growing team at Pella Real Estate Services, where we're investing in lives through real estate. If you own rental property and are looking for someone to take away the hassles of managing, maintaining, and finding great tenants for your home, I can help. In fact, all of our agents are active property managers, which is how we have nearly 250 units under management. To find out if we're the right fit for your property, call 628-1BUI for me, Stephen Patel, or any member of the team at Pella Real Estate Services.
The horn on the car goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the car goes beep, beep, beep. That's Central Tire and Auto.
You probably don't need your horn fixed, but if you do, Central Tire and Auto can help with your horn and almost any other issue you have. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Central Tire and Auto.
And welcome back to the Smash Park Radio pregame show on the KRLS 2 stream and Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Andrew Schneider with Coach Cack as we preview tonight's matchup against Cardinal. And Coach, obviously, I think it was pretty important for your team to have a big bounce back after losing to Sigourney a couple weeks ago. How critical was it for your guys mentally just to get back right and really physically, too, against a pretty good Pleasantville football team?
Yeah, I think that was a good we had a goal to start the game well and be physical right from the start. And I think we did that. So I think it was obviously a good win for us, kind of say a bounce-back win, put us back on the winning track. But I think mentally it was good. I thought we were really sharp on all three phases of the game, particularly in the first two quarters. So, Pleasantville is not a bad team, and I thought we played really well. So I think it was a good step forward for our team.
Well, and it's no secret that Cardinal hasn't had a great season so far. They're 0-6. They've been in a couple of football games this year, but obviously have not been able to find a win yet, which also makes them, in a weird way, a dangerous opponent because they haven't won. But your thoughts about taking advantage of the situation and how was practice this week, knowing that, again, that if things go well for you, it could be a pretty quick night at the office?
Well, I think, I know it sounds like coach speak, but we have really been trying to work on, being improved every week, focusing on things we can control. We added a few things offensively this week. We added a few things defensively. Worked on those. Again, worked on our fundamentals. So I think we've made progress this week. I'm excited about playing tonight. Try a few new wrinkles out. And so again, we're focused on playing our game and let the chips fall where they may. But I thought we played awfully well last Friday night, and we'd like to continue on as we move into the end of the regular season into the playoffs.
Well, and I know, Coach, that you would want to be undefeated at this point in the year. That's the goal of any team, is to win all their games. But how much then, having now two potential live competition events after a loss, how much have you learned about yourself? Because I know that's the old cliche, right? You learn more from a loss. And what does an opportunity like tonight provide? You mentioned that, adding some wrinkles and things like that to make yourself a better football team, knowing the playoffs are right around the corner.
Well, I think we did learn a little bit about ourselves at the Sigourney loss. I think we fixed a few things defensively. We fixed a few things offensively. I think we know a little bit more who we are and what we need to stay at, be true to ourselves. So, yes, as painful as that loss was, I think in the grand scheme might be a good thing for us. Again, looking forward to the opportunity to play in Cardinal tonight. We're not taking them lightly, and so we're just going to focus on executing the things that we need to do in all three phases for the football game tonight.
Well, in the comments, what they have shown, there is a little bit of balance to their attack. They've thrown it a few times. They've got two pretty good wide receivers and a running back based on what I was able to see on Bound. I imagine that's got to be a key for your defenses to stay disciplined, understanding that they could do a little bit of both.
Yeah, they got some athletes. They don't have the size they did a year ago. A year ago, they had a real nice blend of size and speed. But they don't have as much size this year, but they do have some speed, some athleticism. So we're going to have to contain that. We're going to play good defense. Hopefully our kicking game can continue to get us field position. I think that's been a key for us all year long, except for the Sigourney game. Then offensively, hopefully we can go to work and do what we do offensively and move the ball down the field and score. But again, I like our team. I think our attitude's been really good. Thankfully, we're healthy for this point of the year. We've had just a few bumps and bruises, so we're healthy, and so I think we're ready to play our best football.
Well, and how critical is it then, Coach, too, when you know that you have a team that's struggling? How critical is it to get off to a fast start? How critical is it to not let them have any air, so to speak? Because that's how upsets happen, right, Coach, is you give them turnovers, you give them good field position. Just how critical is it to be sharp, knowing that, again, we talked a little bit about the playoffs, but even tonight, you don't want to have that upset happen, and you probably want to get off to a quick start.
Exactly. I think, well, that's been our MO. I thought, even back to the scrimmage against Newton, PCM, Des Moines Christian, I think we've started well. Really the only game we did not start well was the Sigourney game. And so, again, I think we learned from that. I think that's kind of how we want to be, not only tonight but every night. So I think that's important. To your point, we don't want to, let Cardinal hang around if we have the opportunity to put things away.
That's head coach Rich Kakmarinsky previewing tonight's matchup versus Cardinal. Coach, appreciate your time, and we'll see you after the game.
Thanks, Andrew.
We'll have more of the Smash Park Radio pregame show after this.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
Being part of a cooperative means being part of something special. We're owned by our members and work for people, not profits. We provide electricity, but we also provide more than just electrons for our community. We support our community, give back through business loans, provide college scholarships, and much more. In October, Pella Cooperative Electric is celebrating National Co-op Month, along with 40,000 other cooperative businesses who serve more than 120 million people in their communities nationwide. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
The City of Pella reminds residents that burning leaves and grass clippings is prohibited within the city limits under any circumstances and is considered a municipal infraction. Violators will be subject to a civil penalty. Smoke from burning leaves, grass, brush, and most plants contain high concentrations of pollutants, and the smoke can be an immediate health concern for some people. Please learn not to burn. Composting, mulching, and bagging are cleaner options. This message has been brought to you by the City of Pella.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Stop searching for value in all the wrong places. When it comes to saving money, look no further than Vision for Less. We've got the best insurance offer around. Get a free second pair of glasses when you use insurance with us. You heard that right. Your second pair of glasses is free. It's like finding free money. Get the most out of your vision benefits by shopping for glasses at Vision for Less.
Looking for a job with great pay and real flexibility? The Cottages, part of Hearthstone and Pella, is ready to open its brand new addition, but they need to finalize staffing, and you might be the missing piece. With their flex pool positions, they offer a versatile schedule and a pretty spectacular paycheck. Hourly pay ranges from $45 for registered nurses and $37 for LPNs to $24 for CNAs. If this sounds like the right fit and you'd like to learn more, call Ann at the Cottages in Pella at 620-4162. She'd love to welcome you to the job you've been waiting for.
And we're back inside our Smash Park Radio pregame show. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr coming to you from Eagle Lane, where Pella Christian set to take on Cardinal in Class 1A District 6 action. It's time to take a look at our keys to the game presented by Hormel Foods. And J.D., on paper, this is a pretty lopsided matchup. Really, it feels like the keys in this, any time of the scenario, I'd say the same thing last week versus Pleasantville versus Van Buren a few weeks ago. Taking care of business, staying healthy, avoiding big mistakes and turnovers that get that underdog feeling like they can be in the game.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. You just can't make really dumb mistakes here. Just play your style of football. And I think also just being physical. That's kind of one thing I want to see is I know after that Sigourney game, that was one thing they were disappointed in as they kind of watched it back. It's just we weren't a physical football team, and I think that's one thing that Pella Christian likes to hang their hat on. So tonight, when you feel like you probably have the advantage at a lot of spots, you got to be physical enough to dominate at all levels of the game, and especially in the trenches. So that's something I'll be looking for here tonight.
Well, and then from there, it's keeping yourself healthy. It's keeping yourself in a scenario, JD, where you might work or try a few things, but also maybe some valuable experience for those backups if you do put yourself in that position. And on the flip side, if you're Cardinal, we talked about it last week, I think, when it was Pella at Xavier, and I think Pella's a pretty quality 0-6 football team, but they needed everything to go right. Every bounce. They needed a couple turnovers. It was almost that Van Meter a couple years ago when you and I were on the track at Van Meter. That's what Pella Christian needed to have starting, and then it's a matter of hanging on. But that's the kind of scenario you find yourself in here tonight. It's a matter of basically needing perfection or close to it in order to have any chance for Cardinal.
Right. I mean, you need those big plays, and for the Comets too, you got to be able to find a way to win, at least win first down, right? Don't put yourself in losing first down, and now Pella Christian is ahead in the chains, and that's going to be a long night if that ends up happening. So can you get in the backfield and get a sack? Can you make a big play and maybe put him back? And if you can win first down, now Pella Christian has to go to the air, and maybe give yourself a chance to get a stop on defense. So that's going to be important for them in order to keep Pella Christian, from really lighting up the scoreboard here tonight.
Your Hormel Foods Radio Keys to the Game, looking for the key to your new career. Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. Well, JD, we were treated to quite the pregame meal, as we are for all of our home games. This week we decided to kind of roll it, so to speak, down the lane and
Nice.
knocked over at least a spare, if not a strike. Dutch 200 and Delivery.com providing our meal tonight. JD, as I understand it, was your first time venturing over to the bowling alley.
It is. I tell you what, quite a menu over there. I was impressed.
So our Delivery.com meal of the game, folks, it's game night. What perfect night could there otherwise be than game night to get food delivered right to your door from Delivery.com? And during the game, we'll tell you about our Fan of the Week, presented by Delivery.com. So get your orders in, and you can be our next Fan of the Game. So we do have a little bit of a shortened Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard as we go around the area tonight. Pella we're looking at him. We can technically, JD, if we had 20-mile vision, see the Dutch playing Oskaloosa tonight. That coverage is live on 92.1 KRLS. Quite the showdown over in Warren County. Carlisle and Indianola is live tonight on 94.3 KNIA. Knoxville has senior night. They're hoping to knock off Atlantic in an upset at home. That's Knoxville over on 95.3 KNIA. And then PCM is at home tonight as well versus Sheraton in what will likely be the second-place game in that district over in Class 2A. That's live with Tyler Crabb on KRLS 3. Norwalk has already won their game tonight as Perry has forfeited the rest of their season. It's Norwalk 1, Perry 0, officially, as it goes down in the Iowa High School scorebook. And the Warriors have a bye week heading into a couple of really tough games remaining on their calendar with Carlisle and with Mondurant Farrar. That's your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, where they're serving you and building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. We'll take another commercial timeout, and we'll have more of the Smash Park Radio pregame show when we come back. It's Pella Christian versus Cardinal on KRLS 2 and on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel.
The Pella Pizza Ranch and the Fun Zone Arcade are the perfect place for your kid's next birthday party. Let us handle all the food and all the entertainment. With buffet your way, even the pickiest eaters will find something they'll love. Then let the kids burn off some energy in the Fun Zone Arcade afterwards. Give us a call to book your party, and we'll customize a package that includes buffet and a game card for each of the kids who's coming. Celebrate your kid's big day at the Fun Zone Arcade at the Pella Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Assembler Jerry Van Brogen says that the work environment and benefits are two big reasons that he's encouraged several of his family members to come on board.
My wife is currently here. She just started a few weeks after I did. My brother's here going through some training for welding, and my mother's in the middle of her first week of training to be on second shift material handler.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
Flu shots are available at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. I'm Dwayne McIntyre with Hy-Vee, here to remind you that you can get your flu shot anytime that the pharmacy is open. because there's always a pharmacist on duty to give you a shot. You can check your local Hy-Vee pharmacy hours and complete the vaccine consent form in advance by going to Hy-Vee.com. And when you get your flu shot, make sure to show us your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card because you'll earn a 20-cent fuel saver savings. Flu shots at your local Hy-Vee, home with the best beef in America.
Back inside our Smash Park Radio pregame show, Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr coming to you from Eagle Lane, where we get you set for opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply.
Your Pella Christian Eagles.
And here come the Eagles as we are minutes away from that opening kick, about 7 minutes away, in fact. Presented by Dutch Mill Supply. The Eagles at 5-1, the Comets at 0-6. Your colors of the game presented by Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Company. The Eagles are in there, maroon and gold. The standard fare here tonight, top to bottom, gold helmets, maroon jersey, gold numbers, and the gold pants for the Eagles from Pella Christian. Cardinal will have the red and white tops with black intertwined both in their pants and in their helmets. Those are your colors of the game presented by Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Company, offering the largest selection of quality lumber, building supplies, and specialty products located in Pella. Gilchrist Jewett is Iowa's building headquarters. Your game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating and JD. After all of the near perfect nights for football that we've had in terms of room temperature air, this is more perfect football weather. This is playoff football weather. Temperatures in the 50s will drop well into the 40s as the game goes on. Our morning low tomorrow when you wake up, there's a freeze warning in effect. It will be 29 degrees here in Pella.
These guys, you say it's not perfect football weather, but I think these guys on the field are probably pretty excited about it. They're still out here without any shirt on as they're warming up. So,
your game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. They're your local heating and cooling experts.
Van Haften.
We'll have more of the Smash Park Radio pregame show after this.
Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry doesn't just change out cabinets and drawers. He can help freshen up your space with updated lighting as well. Here's Vicki Collette from Oskaloosa.
If you want to set up a card table or do something like that, it just wasn't quite enough light. So Mike put these can lights in that room too, and they're all on dimmers, so we can have as much light or as little light as we want, which has really been handy.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strauber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strauber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, we have one of Marion County's largest pre-owned vehicle inventories with over 125 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. As new vehicles across the country continue to be difficult to get, our team is making a concentrated effort to provide an even larger selection of used vehicles for you to choose from. So when it's time for your next pre-owned vehicle, check out ulrichford.com or stop out and let one of our certified sales consultants help you find the right vehicle. We're Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, taking care of you since 1935.
Let's address it. Interest rates are rising, but Community First Credit Union is here to tell you we think it's still a great time to buy or refinance your home. Right now, for qualifying mortgages, C First is giving up to $2,000 off closing costs. We offer quick turnaround times, local lenders, and an easy online application. We're here to help. It's a limited time offer. Get details and apply today at c1stcu.com/home. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval. Equal housing opportunity.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, the Veterinarian Pet Salon is taking appointments.
Hey, Mr. Veterinarian, can we give our kitty a haircut, please?
Yes, we can. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Schedule an appointment at the Veterinarian Pet Salon by calling 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Sometimes in life you're going to get knocked down. You're going to be beaten, defeated.
But it's what you do next that defines you. Will you lay down, give up, say, someday I'll make it happen?
Or will you be relentless, giving everything you got, getting back up time after time after time?
Make that someday today. Brand appeal, relentless for you.
And this will wrap up the Smash Park Radio Pregame Show. Smash Park Pella. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of the Tulip City. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr coming to you in our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, just a few minutes away from our opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply. It's the Pella Christian Eagles at 5-1, set to take on the 0-6 Cardinal Comets. Let's go ahead and run down your starting lineups tonight, presented as always by Miniga Pest Control. The Eagles offense, quarterback number 3, senior Isaac Kakmarinsky. His running back is number 31, Benny Schurz. His wide receivers include number 2, Jack Fancher, number 10, Peyton Ritzert, and his tight ends are number 17, Isaiah Breams, and number 34, Trevor Veenstra. The offensive line includes Colton Voss, Owen Meninga, Mitchell Van Zee, Elliot Meninga, and Toby Steen. That's your Eagles starting lineups. Your key players for the Cardinals tonight. Quarterbacks, plural, number 2, Carson Kenny, a senior, and number 81, Tatum Telfer, both with quite a few passing attempts this season. Your running back is number 25, Craig Miller, and your wide receivers, number 24, Chase Johnson, number 11, Isaac Lett, and number 7, Everett Eilison. Those are your starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Miniga Pest Control.
So Pella Christian will open with the receiving kickoff presented by Dutch Mill Supply, as that was a look at your starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr on a chilly October evening as the full moon sets on the horizon. Will the Eagles get to 6-1 and continue their march towards the Class 1A playoffs? We'll find out, and it could be in pretty short order, as Isaac Kakmarinsky and one of the top rushing attacks in all of Class 1A football hit the field first here tonight. So a whole lot of action going on across our airwaves, and also big shout out to all of you joining us tonight on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, also on the Pella TV. Many of our local restaurants, eateries, and places for older adults to enjoy their evening all have the games usually on at their home venue. Also know that Pella Oskaloosa, very popular in town tonight as the Dutch search for that first elusive win. It'll be Cardinal and the Comets to kick it off. They're working left to right in this opening quarter with fresh 12 minutes on the game clock. Pella Christian will have Ritzert back deep to return alongside Isaac Kakmarinsky.
Kenny on the kick for Cardinal.
This is number 7, Everett Eilison, set to boot this one away. A sophomore wide receiver. The kick will one hop to Peyton Ritzert at his own 10-yard line, has it at the 20. Far sideline 30. He'll shed a tackle at the 40. One man to beat at the 50. Into Comets territory, and he is gone. 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown Pella Christian. Peyton Ritzert with the house call. 90 yards.
Andrew, we thought this one, might get out of hand, as Pella Christian kind of has shown that they got a great team, a great rushing attack. I don't know if we thought it worked that fast. Great blocks out in front. Peyton Ritzert, he's really coming on strong here late in the year. Does a great job there of following some blocks, taking it down the sideline, turns on the Jets all the way to the house.
Your Randall Roofing Raise the Roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. So Jack Fancher and the PAT team on. One play in, a 90-yard kickoff return taken to the house for Peyton Ritzert on senior night. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Eagles over Cardinal on your opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. We'll be back with the second kick of the game on our second play. 7-0 PC first quarter.
Home Center, we're looking for a delivery and install technician to join our team. Skip the gym membership and get paid to stay physically active. Work is typically Monday through Friday, so most evenings and weekends are yours to enjoy life's moments that matter most. You do need a valid driver's license and at least a high school diploma, but we'll provide the training. If you'd like to join the Bruxfords team, call 628-4870 or email contact us at bruxdeck.com to apply today.
Hi, this is Tim Tagurtenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
And Cardinal will return it just beyond their own 20-yard line. Our second play is also a kickoff here on KRLS 2. Pella Christian 7, Cardinal nothing. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. 14 seconds in, a 90-yard kickoff return. Peyton Ritzert, good blocking in front of him. 7-0 Eagles as Coach Pingle tracking down using his track and field.
Coach Dyke.
Oh, it's Coach Dyke. I thought it was Coach Pingle.
Hopefully the camera panned to see that.
Yeah, and there is the first carry of the game, and it goes nowhere. Isaac Kakmarinsky is sending, looks like Bradley Snook backwards on the initial carry.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to see from Pella Christian on this defensive side. A lot of people talk about the Russian attack. I think Pella Christian's defense has been pretty good. Even in the game that they lost, they only gave up 15 points. So this defense is physical. They're much improved from last year. A good start for them here to get that loss of 2 on the first play.
Under center are the Comets. 11-13 and counting remaining opening quarter, 2nd and 12 snap. This pass deep over the middle.
Nice
that pass
ball.
is dropped. Well placed from number 81, Tatum Telfer. He found Isaac Lett in one-on-one coverage. Lett beat Vanderwall down the field, but it's incomplete.
Man, shout out to Tatum Telfer, right? You got a number 81 playing quarterback. And he dropped back to pass there, big-armed lefty, and he threw that ball about 40, 50 yards in the air and put it right on the money. He didn't, Colin Vanderwall, there was just a little space there. He was there to disrupt the play there at the end. I'm not sure he got a hand on it, but that was a really nice ball, and that's the one that Cardinal wishes they could have made.
Back to Carson Kenny in the shotgun. Blitz is coming. He'll have to get rid of it quickly, and that's a dangerous throw. The closest individual to it was Cooper Sprunk, and it's incomplete and a quick 3-and-out.
So they're playing different quarterbacks at different times.
Yes.
Okay.
When you look at their statistics, JD, it's not a 50-50 split, but I'd probably say 65-35, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe that was, a guy got injured halfway through the season, but there you go. Back-to-back snaps, 2 different guys taking the snaps. They both stay on the field and play different roles, so that'll be kind of fun to watch as we go.
Well, Peyton Ritzert probably has caught his breath. He's back deep to return this kick. He may not get a shot at it as it takes a really awkward hop near midfield and just stops right there on the center of the Eagle at the 49-yard line. Pella Christian in their own territory, but we'll finally get to see the offense after the 3-and-out, 1st and 10. 10:50 remaining, opening quarter. 7-0 Pella Christian on top of Cardinal.
Yeah, you got a group of 5 offensive linemen here for Pella Christian who started on the offensive line all season long, and none of those 5 play really any defensive snaps. So it's pretty awesome for them that they're taking the field, these 5 guys, and they're already up 7-0.
Benny Schurz is in the backfield with Isaac Kakmarinsky. Trevor Veenstra in motion. 1st and 10 Schurz. Big space over the right side past midfield. 1st down and more as he's inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Give him 12 on 1st and 10.
Man, great blocking out front there as Trevor Veenstra is the tight end in motion, lead blocks for him. Elliot Menninga, the left guard, pulled out to the right side too. And Benny just had to hit a hole, and he did it hard and carried some defenders for a nice game.
You're listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS 2 stream and Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Jet sweep. Peyton Ritzert has some blockers in front of him inside the 30, still untouched at the 20, and he is gone again. Peyton Ritzert, 6 for the Eagles, touchdown Pella Christian, 39 yards and his second score.
And I tell you what, why don't we just get the ball to number 10 a little bit, and he'll make it happen. 2 touchdowns, 1 on the 90-yard kick return. This one, what was it, 38 yards? 39 yards on the jet sweep. He scored on one of those last week, too. Man, that kid is just getting so much better. He's so fast. Great block from Benny Schurz. There's one man to beat. Benny blocked him and put him on his butt and allowed Peyton to get all the way to the house.
He was untouched. To my knowledge, it looked like he just had to weave around his blockers. So Fancher on for his second PAT. This one is a longer drive. In fact, they actually had the drive at all, 2 plays. 51 yards later, and it's 14-0 Eagles. Inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth with Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr. All Eagles 14-0, just 2 minutes into our opening quarter on KRLS 2.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are a proud supporter of our area youth. Hi, I'm Kevin Stitsworth, Director of Foundation and Public Relations. We wish all of our area athletes the best of luck as they compete this fall sports season. When an injury puts you on the sidelines, trust your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics to get you back in the game. To learn more about our providers, services, and upcoming events, visit knoxvillehospital.org.
Have you still not tried the restaurant delivery service right here in Pella, Delivery.com? They have more than a dozen local partners ready to bring hot and fresh food right to you, wherever you are. At home, at the office. Heck, they even deliver food to our broadcast crew right at the stadium. And the more I use Delivery.com, the more I love it. They send me coupons all the time for free delivery or a few bucks off my next meal. I've got to eat, but I don't want to cook. Delivery.com is the perfect solution. Try them out today. You'll get hooked just like I am. Delivery.com.
Cardinal will take over. Same spot as they had their first drive at their own 21-yard line. Still early first quarter. Pella Christian 14, Cardinal nothing. Let's go ahead and take a look at a Pella Motors radio game reset. 3 plays from scrimmage for Cardinal, -2 yards. 2 plays from scrimmage, 39 yards, and a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And it's advantage Eagles up 2 scores over Cardinal. Your PellaMotors.com radio game reset. Pella Motors, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Cardinal looking for a little more momentum here. 1st and 10, a bunch formation, 2 receivers in the set. This is under center. This is a pitch out from quarterback to quarterback, and still not much there. It was Telfer under center looking for Kenny, and a loss of a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, a little bit of, Cardinal kind of throws out some funky formations, right? Tries to keep people honest with just different looks there. That time they kind of put their wing back in motion and pitch it out to him and try to get him out there in a hurry. But it's tough against this PC defense because there's just speed all over the field. I wasn't sure who made the tackle there. Did you have that?
There was just a lot of
Yeah, Eagles. I think it was Josiah Deal, if I was right, but he's going to eat him up.
Play action, and there's nowhere to go for this quarterback. It's Trevor Veenstra who will get another quarterback sack as Kenny is thrown for a loss inside his own 20, back to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, I just talked about the speed of this defense for Pella Christian. One thing that they have struggled with at times is getting to the quarterback. That time, as soon as Kenny got the ball in the backfield, he knew it was trouble. I think all 4 defensive linemen kind of won their matchup there and found their way into the backfield.
So quickly, 3rd and 15. This is the second 3rd down already for Cardinal. Down 14-0 deep in their own territory. It's a shotgun empty back formation and a vision for less timeout. So Cardinal will try to get another thought here. Vision for less, improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout and visit Vision for Less in Pella to get back into the game. Our coverage tonight on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel is presented by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr, where, as many would have predicted, J.D., it's a bit of a mismatch here early, and just with our own eyes, we're not trying to pick on Cardinal at all, but Pella Christian just clearly the faster, stronger team, just 8 plays in. And it's going to be tough sledding for Cardinal to find any momentum. They had, I think, their big play, and that's a tough one, but if that pass is hung on to, I think maybe things are a little bit different. But obviously, that's how the bounces go sometimes, especially when it's probably not your night.
Yeah, I think for the Comets, obviously they came into this game knowing it's going to be tough for them. They just want to find a way to execute little things, right? Can we pick up a first down here or there? Can we limit the negative plays? Obviously, just trying to execute those little things, and a lot of that comes down to just offensive line play and physicality, and that's really where this game appears to be a bit of a mismatch with Pella Christian dominating those aspects of the game.
Still an empty backfield, and the ball's on the ground. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by Pella Christian.
Yep. That's one of those mistakes, right? I mean, it's just they come out of the timeout. They're looking for a handoff. And I think it's Drew Van Coten who falls on the ball there as, Cardinal really had nothing going there from the start.
So Pella Christian set up already in the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Not that they needed the assist. Just still 3 minutes into this game, 8:57 remaining. And the Eagles are knocking on the door of their 3rd score, 14-0. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr coming to you inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Yeah, we'll see the offense take the field here. Obviously 2 touchdowns on the board, all of them from the senior Peyton Ritzert. We'll see if some other guys, as they're kind of knocking on the door already, can get in on the act here.
Isaac Kack is in the shotgun with 2 tight ends, nearly drops the snap, looking to throw, and the first negative play perhaps for PC, incomplete, well covered by Cardinal. Nothing really doing in that corner of the end zone, either for Veenstra or Fancher.
Yeah, really disciplined defense there from the Comets. As it's easy to bite on the run fakes a little bit because that Pella Christian can really run the football. So when they go to play action, usually you find Veenstra sneaking out open there. The bad snap there probably disrupt the rhythm a little bit, and just nothing going on there for the Eagles.
So 2nd and 10, Pella Christian. Man in motion is Colin Vanderwall across the formation. Fake jet sweep to him. Isaac Kack-Marinsky is bottled up inside to the 9-yard line, and it's 3rd and 7. Pella Christian after a gain of 3.
Once again, some good defense there from the Comets. They kind of read in their keys. They saw the sweep go to the house last time, so probably wouldn't be surprised to see them hand it off again on that sweep to Vanderwall. But Kack-Marinsky kept it, tried to go between the tackles, and just not a whole lot there as he picks up a 3-yard gain.
So 3rd and 7, ball just inside the 10-yard line. Kack rolls out to his left, looking, has a man, caught, Veenstra, 6 for the Eagles, touchdown Pella Christian, pitching catch from Kack to Trevor.
Yeah, on first down they roll out to the right, this time going to the left side. Good job by Kack-Marinsky to throw the ball on the run. Veenstra's been a really solid receiving tight end, right? He's a big-time blocker as well. This time using his hands, catches it, turns the corner, gets inside the pylon. Really nice-looking play there on 3rd down from Pella Christian.
Fancher and the PAT team out to make it 21-0. Pella Christian under 4 minutes into our opening quarter inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. Eagles holder is Noah Nunakoven. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 Pella Christian inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Eagles rolling early versus Cardinal.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, the Veterinarian Pet Salon is taking appointments.
Hey, Mr. Veterinarian, can we give our kitty a haircut, please?
Yes, we can. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Schedule an appointment at the Veterinarian Pet Salon by calling 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Hi, this is Brett Staten, part of the growing team at Pella Real Estate Services. If you own rental property and are looking for someone to take away the hassle of managing, maintaining, and finding great tenants for your home, I can help. In fact, all of our agents are active property managers, which is how we have nearly 250 units under management. To find out if we're the right fit for your property, call 628-1... DUI for me, Brett Staten, or any member of the team at Pella Real Estate Services.
Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. They don't offer a lot of time. Usually there's a full minute between JD. The officials try to grant us that, but they don't here. Best starting field position for Cardinal by a couple of yards. They've had the 21-yard line the first couple of times. They're at their own 23, 1st and 10, trailing Pella Christian 21-0. Still early first quarter. Cardinal back in a shotgun formation trying to get things going. It's the lefty Telfer. Near side caught out of bounds inside near the 30-yard line. And that was the combination that couldn't connect first drive. It's Lett making the reception. And a gain of 6.
Yeah, again, a nice looking play there as Telfer does a nice job to get it out to his receivers and to get a gain, right? That's the best play that Cardinals had all night, and now it's kind of important for them to see if they can capitalize on that and pick up that first down as they get the good first down play.
2nd and 4 from their own 29-yard line. Another shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set for Telfer. Left side handoff, not much there. Good initial push by the Eagles defensive front. Isaac Kack-Marinsky and Cooper Sprunk combining for that tackle.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and it's the front line, the first 4 guys there that put their hand in the dirt and got to get after the quarterback and stop the run plays. They did an awesome job right there. And you really know when they're doing a good job is when the linebackers are able to make the tackle, because they're kind of eating up the blocks. And now you have Cooper Spronk and Isaac Kakmarinsky who can just kind of read what's going on in the backfield. And both of them were there that time to make the stop.
Cardinals 0 for 2 on third downs, and they will be 1 for 3 after the Eagles jump off sides.
Yeah, it looks like it's Isaiah Breams there on his defensive end spot. Really frustrating play there as you're kind of giving them the first down. Cardinal makes it tough because they put a guy in motion, maybe a little hard count to go with it. And it was just enough to draw Breams offsides.
So the conversion is a conversion. You'll take them no matter what they
That's
do.
right.
The ball's out. It's about a 6-yard penalty, but regardless, as it stands, it is 1st and 10 Cardinals. Cardinal, the Comets, their first down of the game coming via penalty. This is a handoff jet sweep. Nothing doing as Trevor Veenstra read it right away. The motion man was coming across the formation, Chase Johnson, and he's thrown for a loss of 2.
Yeah, that time Veenstra did a nice job of he won his matchup again, and they're trying to get that jet sweep out quickly. And unfortunately for the ball carrier, he got the ball and pretty much ran right into Veenstra, and he got swallowed up right away.
The tackle for loss number is racking up for Pella Christian's
That's
defense. That is the 5th negative play by Cardinal here in the early going. 6:41 remaining first quarter. Pella Christian 21, Comets 0. Cardinal on to their 3rd offensive series.
Again, a different look. 3 wide receivers here to this side.
Short side of the field. On top of that, Telford to pass over the middle. There's just no one open.
Yeah, I think they're trying to set up a little screen there. That's tough because it's a tunnel screen. Tunnel screen means the wide receiver's moving into the middle of the field. You're trying to get some linemen out in front of him, and you could just tell that play, it's super hard to execute, especially at this level. And that play was just kind of doomed from the start, as it just kind of looked like a mess and basically just got thrown into the dirt.
3rd and 12. Cardinal at their own 33-yard line, needs to get to their own 45 to keep the series going. Roll out to the left. It's Kenny to throw, and that is dropped by Telford. Had him open and had a decent shot, JD, probably at getting the first down. There was just Colin Vanderwall out there, but that's the 2nd drop pass by Cardinal tonight.
Yeah, again, it's quarterback to quarterback there as Kenny was looking for Telfer out on the flat there. I'm not sure he picked up the first down, but he certainly, if he's able to catch that and turn upfield, he's going to get pretty close and maybe at least give him a chance on 4th down. But at this point, 4th and 12, it's going to bring on the punt team.
And that brings on Benny Schurz and Peyton Ritzert back in the punt formation. This kick is the best Cardinals let off. It's angled toward the sideline, takes a huge Comets roll, and barely bounces out of bounds. That was about a half-inch away from being dead at the 8-yard line. But instead, it's Pella Christian at their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Well, our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. For Pella Christian, it's throwing wrinkles in tonight, right? It's a matter of trying things that, like they did at the beginning of that last series. Obviously, if they just want to win this game, they'll hand it off to Schurz or, keep it with Isaac. But they've got to find a few things that work beyond that. I think when you have to play teams probably 2-3 weeks from now when you get into those final 16 and 8 of the playoffs.
Right, and I love that Coach Keck is always trying to mix things up a little bit and play to the style that fits his players best.
And there's a handoff to Schurz, and that's a no gainer. So no gain there. Your creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. For print, web, video, interactive, call Brand Appeal Relentless for you. Still in the first quarter, Pella Christian with a 21-0 lead, under halfway to go in our opening quarter. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know what? Really nice play there from the Comets, as it was Owen Johnson who just kind of got in there and disrupted that play from the start.
2nd and 6, or 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Isaac will check the near sideline for signals from the Eagles coaching staff with a 2-receiver set, 2 tight ends. Looking to pass near sideline, caught by Fancher, cuts it upfield. He'll spin through a couple tackles, and the ball is on the ground.
Pass complete to Fancher.
And we'll see what the signal is. It was a first down. No, it's a turnover. Fancher got caught up and I think tried to fight a little too hard for that yardage. The ball came open. Cardinal punches it out, and they get a big turnover.
Man, I tell you what, that's tough. It's a nice little pitch and catch there. And Fancher, I was just getting ready to say that he just did an awesome job of getting upfield and fighting hard and maybe picking up that first down. And like you said, sometimes you're trying so hard to stay upright that it allows some other defenders to get in there, and they got after the football. That might actually be, for the starting group, the first fumble that I've seen from Pella Christian all year. And that's an unfortunate one for Fancher.
Advantage Cardinal, and now they've got who we listed as their starting tailback making his first carry of the game, and still a negative play. That was Craig Miller, and he lost a yard. 6 tackles for loss for the Pella Christian defense.
Man, 6 tackles for loss, and it's some guys that have been playing for a while. Isaac Kakmarinsky, Trevor Veenstra, who are kind of the ones that are getting it done here tonight on the defensive side and making those plays.
2nd and 11 at the 39 of the Eagles after the Pella Christian turnover. Cardinal to pass, and some pressure again, and another quarterback sack, this time in the backfield for Pella Christian. Drew Van Coten will get the quarterback loss.
Man, Drew Van Coten, I think he's been solid all year long at the defensive end spot. Really just been consistent in his role, right? And that's what it means. For a good football team, you got to have dudes who are just really consistent in their role. Does a nice job to make the sack there. Spencer Verplug was also in the backfield and kind of forced the quarterback right into Drew Van Coten. So a nice job from this defensive line.
7 stops for loss for the Eagles. 13 seconds left in the play clock, 4:13 on the game clock. Cardinal has 3rd and long at the Pella Christian 44-yard line. Still opening quarter. Pella Christian showing blitz. They'll bring it again. A ton of pressure off the edge from Peyton Ritzert. Incomplete, and very surprised there's not a flag there. For the high hit, that looked very dangerous from Josiah Deal. I understand his efforts there, but JD, the way that they call things nowadays, I'm very surprised there's not laundry and an automatic first down.
Yeah, if you watch enough football on Saturdays and Sundays, you know that these officials are looking for those things, anything up around the helmet, neck area, for good cause, right? I mean, they're trying to protect these guys from themselves, basically. I was a little surprised, too. There actually was a flag, but it was a holding in the backfield, so that will be declined to set up this 4th down.
Cardinal now 1 of 5 on 3rd down tries. 4 minutes remaining in our opening quarter. Pella Christian will get the ball back quickly, and that is partially blocked. That'll take a Pella Christian Eagles bounce, and that's going to be a negative punt.
Yep.
So that is a negative 5-yard punt for Cardinal. It does, I think Pella Christian was able to get a block on it, though.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. They've punted, 3 times now? And the first 2 times I thought maybe Pella Christian was getting pretty close to it, as that snap just is taking too long to get to the punter. Trevor Veenstra, I believe, was the one to get back there. And if he didn't block it, he at least disrupted the punter enough to set up the Eagles with nice field position.
Maybe kick it straight up in the air. Either way, Pella Christian at their own 49-yard line. Just about a minute or 2 that came off the clock there. Jet sweep handoff goes to Vanderwall. He has some blocking in front of him, and he had 1 man to beat to get to pay dirt. Instead, he will get the first down after a gain of 12.
Yeah, is it Craig Miller there, I believe, who was there for the tackle? But, man, he got about 5 yards upfield, and I thought for sure he was gone. Nice job by Miller to just kind of get enough of him to bring him to the ground, because if it wasn't for him, Vanderwall certainly would have taken that one all the way to the house.
So 1st and 10 Eagles at the Cardinal 39-yard line, leading 21-0. Benny Schurz, a lot of real estate in front of him as he tries to shed another tackle. Can't, but he will fall forward and get close to another Eagles first down.
Yeah, Alec Ratchford is the one who kind of makes the tackle there, but not until Schurz picked up the first down. I'm noticing here for the Eagles, they haven't had that much success between the tackles, but anytime they're able to use their speed to get the ball on the edge, that's kind of where they've had success running the football here tonight. And when they have, it's been really good.
1st and 10 Pella Christian, trips to the right side for Isaac Kakmarinsky with Schurz to his right as well. Isaac, step back, pass, has his man near sideline. Fancher caught, and Fancher will step out of bounds just outside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. They'll mark him right at the 20-yard line, a gain of 9.
I love that. Fancher's kind of kicking himself a little bit for that fumble that he had on the last drive. It's nice for him to get that confidence boost again as the quarterback says, you know what, we're coming right back to you.
Eagles in the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 20-yard line, needing about a yard to get a first down. Isaac Kack, Benny Schurz, good cut back inside the 10, sheds a tackle, spins his way in. 6 for the Eagles, touchdown Pella Christian. Benny Schurz, a pinball wizard to the end zone.
A pinball is a great way to describe that one. Is first of all, he read his blocks really well and squirted that thing out to the right side. But then at about the 10-yard line, he rolls over a guy and bounces off a couple other ones. He's just so hard to bring down. He's got great balance, great strength. Good job by Benny there to take that one into the end zone.
And Fancher back out with the crew, and Noah Nunikoven to try and make it 28-0. This has all been, there's not much wind, JD, tonight, but this all has been somewhat into the wind if there has been any. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good.
And the kick is good.
28-0. It's all Eagles early. Still in the first quarter. Pella Christian on top of Cardinal inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on Pella Christian High School YouTube and KRLS 2.
Pella Cinemas presents a comedy mystery so charming it's been held over for another week. See How They Run, rated PG-13, is set in 1950s London. When someone is murdered backstage after a performance, the cast and crew of a murder mystery are now the suspects and potential victims in a real murder mystery. Also showing at Pella Cinemas is Lyle Lyle Crocodile, based on the popular book series rated PG, as well as Don't Worry Darling, rated R, starring Chris Pine, Olivia Wilde, and Harry Styles in a mystery thriller with a twist. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Hello, this is Brady Van Coten with DB Equipment. We are located 6 miles outside Pella on Highway 163 in Otley. We are an authorized Gale dealer with new and used Gale machines. We also offer new and used Brush Wolf mowers, grapples, buckets, and many other skid steer attachments to fit your needs. DB Equipment also specializes in sales and service of used heavy equipment, skid steers, telehandlers, forklifts, excavators, aerial lifts, and many other types of farm and construction equipment. Visit dbequipmentinc.com for your details today.
Fancher will punch it through the end zone finally, get the touchback. This will actually be the worst starting field position for Cardinal, but they've been bunched between their 20 and 23-yard line for the exception of the turnover, of course. 1st and 10. Cardinal. It's Pella Christian right now leaning heavily toward a continuous clock evening. It's not a matter, JD, probably at this point of if, it's a matter of when. Cardinal trying to just piece some things together. They've had some flashes, JD. They forced the fumble. They've had some offensive plays that have just been drops or were potential first downs or more. Just everything off here tonight for Cardinal. Telfer throws left side. That time a good pass, and I believe it is caught. Then a chunk of 10 yards. That was, again, quarterback to quarterback.
To Kenny.
As Kenny gets the 10-yard reception.
Yeah, how about this, right? You have two guys playing quarterback, and it seems like whenever they do go to pass, the other guy is usually kind of their go-to guy. Really nice throw there. I like the route combination as they had guys at different levels, which makes it hard to defend. Good first down play there from the Comets.
Telfer is in motion, and now it's Kenny after getting the reception to hand it off left side. And a positive gain on the ground, which has been far and few in between, as Bradley Snook will get out of the red and into the black with a gain of 4.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the rationale is here. I want to try to pick up on it. Is it like every other play that they're switching quarterbacks?
They've had a couple consecutive. I think it might just be depending on what they want to run.
Sure. Formation based probably, but
I don't know. It's obviously intriguing. I know that Pella had a quarterback controversy, but a lot of it was series to series, for the exception of maybe if they needed a wildcat, they put Luke Hardman in. But this is definitely not what you normally see with normally you see one quarterback, but certainly two, and they keep handing the ball to each other and throwing the ball to each other. Kenny gets the handoff from Telfer, and they'll get a positive yard on this one.
I have always wondered, football coaches know a lot better than I do, but wouldn't it be kind of fun to see some program, whether it's high school or college or maybe even the NFL, try to do a true 2-quarterback system, put 2 guys out there all the time? It'd be tough.
I will say there is an injured Comet.
Yeah.
So we'll step aside here for a commercial timeout on a Vision for Less timeout. And we'll have more coming back after this on Eagle Lane. All Eagles early. 1:05 still in the first quarter. Pella Christian 28, Cardinal 0. 8 Cardinals.
We want to build a new house, but how do you decide which contractor to choose?
How about a local contractor that has a strong reputation of using quality, top craftsmanship, and delivers what they promise when they promise it?
What? You mean a local contractor in central Iowa?
I mean a contractor right here in Marion County. Call Jamie Holmes with Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction. They've been building homes all over south central Iowa and right here in Marion and Warren counties. Call them at 891-7079. Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction for your new home construction, because you deserve the best. Norm Rosendahl Tiling has been installing and servicing farm field tile and septic systems for more than 40 years. Tim is also a certified time of transfer inspector by the state of Iowa. So if you're considering buying or selling a property with a septic system, they can handle the inspection and give you an estimate on any changes or repairs that may need to be done as well. Tim and the guys can help with many facets of new construction too. For your free estimate, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling in Monroe today.
Flu shots are available at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. I'm Dwayne McIntyre with Hy-Vee, here to remind you that you can get your flu shot anytime that the pharmacy is open, because there's always a pharmacist on duty to give you a shot. You can check your local Hy-Vee pharmacy hours and complete the vaccine consent form in advance by going to Hy-Vee.com. And when you get your flu shot, make sure to show us your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card, because you'll earn a 20-cent fuel saver savings. Flu shots at your local Hy-Vee, home with the best beef in America.
On the other side of a Vision for Less timeout, Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bourne. Unfortunately, at least right now, the two-quarterback idea may be done for the night. We'll see. Carson Kenny, a long time to get off the field. He was able to walk off under his own power, so it will be Tatum Telfer now for at least the short term in at quarterback. 3rd and 5 at his own 35-yard line. Pella Christian up 28-0. Still first quarter. Clock is running. Telfer under some pressure. Throws, and that's nearly intercepted. He either had the near interception or he was going to be sacked by Isaiah Breams, but either way, it's 4th down.
Yeah, that time it's Breams. Veenstra was back there as well. You know, obviously these quarterbacks are just having a hard time reading the plays, trying to get out to the left to just buy him a little bit of time. But as he rolled out, he kind of rolls right into Breams. And, yeah, he's probably lucky that one fell incomplete.
Veenstra nearly gets a hand on this one. It will take another Cardinal roll.
Nice bump.
Inside the 20, all the way back to the Eagle 14-yard line. 35 seconds until we get to the second quarter. Still all Pella Christian, 28-0. Inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KBLS.com. Strawver Cellular Instant Radio Updates. All we can really report on right now is that everybody's underway now. Indianola and Carlisle on 94.3 KNIA. Knoxville at home for senior night over on 95.3 KNIA. Pella at Oskaloosa searching for a very elusive win number 1. The Dutch and the Indians clashing down the road on Highway 163 on 92.1 KRLS. And PCM is at home tonight on KRLS 3 versus Sheraton. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, Isaac Kack. 35 seconds left in our opening quarter. Man in motion is Peyton Ritzert. They'll fake to him. Isaac will try to stiff arm his way through a tackle. And nice job in that backfield. It took me a second. I thought it was a face mask, but it wasn't called. Jesse Hughes ends up getting the stop for no gain.
Man, I'm really surprised to not see a face mask called there.
I think that was the only thing that was stopping Isaac from going 90 yards downfield.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was the jersey, but it just whenever you see a guy awkwardly go to the ground like that, you kind of assume it's going to be a face mask.
Especially when the helmet turns. But here's Isaac Kack to pass on second down. Plenty of time, finding Trevor Veenstra far sideline, cutting upfield to the 30, and he is dragged down by a host of Comets past the 40 to the 42-yard line.
I just really like that play right from the beginning. I thought it's blocked really well. Isaac Kakmarinsky's rolling out to his right side, to the wide side of the field. He had Veenstra initially. He looked him off, looked downfield, still was able to come back to Veenstra later on, and Trevor did a nice job of making that catch, getting down the sideline and rumbling for a few extra.
After one, it's Pella Christian leading 28-0 over Cardinal inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. This is broadcast booth.
Find your happy place and come play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park in Pella next time you're looking for a place for lunch or dinner. We have the best bar food you'll ever taste, from burgers, fries, and flatbreads to kale and quinoa power bowls, salads, wraps, and sandwiches. We take pride in our made-from-scratch eats. You can also enjoy giant Jenga, Connect 4, foosball, ping pong, and our many arcade games. And there's a view of at least one TV from every seat. Come play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park in Pella.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, Serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and JD Bohr coming to you live from Eagle Lane, where Pella Christian looking to get the continuous clock rolling to start the second quarter, up 28-0. Do have a first driver cellular instant radio update officially of the night. PCM 7, Sheraton 0. Also Melcher Dallas leading Grandview Christian 6-0 in the first quarter in 8-man action. Pella Christian's Isaac Kekmarinsky after a 27-yard connection to Trevor Veenstra. Got some sort of conversation that's been going on between the officials and both coaches. The play clock needs to be at 40, I think. Or, sorry, at 25. I think that may have been the last straw there.
And we're on. Here we go.
Isaac Kack has 2 to his left. Benny Sugar's in the backfield. Man in motion is Peyton Ritzert. Fake to Ritzert. Looking downfield. Veenstra caught. Nothing but Green in front of him to the 40. 30, 20, 10. 5, 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown Pella Christian. 57 more yards from Isaac Kack to Trevor Veenstra.
Man, that was pretty right there. Great job. They faked the jet sweep to Peyton Ritzert. And usually when they pull it back, you're thinking they're going to the tight end in the flat. That's what Pella Christian's always done. That's what they've shown on film all the time. Isaiah Breams was there in the flat. But what they did a little bit differently this time is Trevor Veenstra, the other tight end, kind of snuck in a little bit deeper behind Isaiah Breams, and he was completely unguarded. And Kekmarinsky put a nice ball there, and Veenstra was able to turn it upfield. Well executed. Great to see them come out of the quarter break with a kind of a new look and execute it really well.
Bancher to get this clock officially moving on Eagle Lane. There's all sorts of motion. The snap was awkward. No flags.
It's good.
It's still good. I mean, there's like 4 Cardinals guys across the line. There's PC guys running left and right, but hey. 35-0 Pella Christian. Continuous clock over Cardinal inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS 2. KRLS 2.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 35-0 Pella Christian leads. Andrew Schneider and JD Bohr coming to you here on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. After this snap, the clock will be officially rolling here on Eagle Lane. Pella Christian's gotten to the 35-point advantage. Cardinal at their own 20-yard line after the touchback, 1st and 10.
And how about that, right? I mean, another touchback there for Jack Fancher. Just a nice weapon to have here for the Pella Christian Special Teams unit.
Telfer in the shotgun will hand this one off to Miller left side, past the 25. Stays on his feet to the 27-yard line. 7 tough yards for the running back.
Yeah, really nice job there from Miller. Just kind of sneaks his way around, is able to lower his shoulder there at the end. And again, you know, when Cardinal had a good first down play earlier in the first quarter, they were able to pick up the first down thanks to an offsides call. You know, and that's the only first down that they've had, but this is the next best play they've had in terms of picking up some yards.
And this time handoff to Johnson again, or Miller, excuse me. And he'll get the first down. Second first down for the night for Cardinal.
Yeah, it's actually 3. I forgot about the passing play they had earlier when they picked up about 10 on the passing play. So this is their 3rd first down. So they haven't been able to get 2 on the same drive. as it's always kind of stalled after this. But a nice looking start here for the Comets offenses. Again, this clock is ticking, so they're going to run out of time here in a hurry, even though there's 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. There's just not that much football to be played when you get into these running clock situations.
3 wide receiver set for Tatum Telfer, the lefty. And he'll hand it off to Miller. Met in the backfield. There's Isaac Kack. Maybe give an assist there to 59 Spencer Verplug. And that is now 9 stops for loss for the PC defense after a loss of 1 for Miller.
Yeah, Isaac Kakmarinsky says enough of that, right? I mean, he gets into the backfield. You could just see he kind of pinned his ears back and was just playing run the whole way and does a nice job. He doesn't miss a whole lot of tackles as he wraps him up and stops that thing from going anywhere.
2nd and 11. Cardinal and the Comets backed up to their own 30. They've been in Eagles territory once, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella after Pella Christian had a fumble in one of their offensive series. Telfer, play fake, far sideline, has a man caught up to the 35, 40, 41-yard line, close to a first down. A big hit on the far side. Didn't see who caught it. Wasn't 11, but unfortunately the player is down. He's not getting up here anytime soon. So it is a first down, gain of 11, but obviously the more important problem is the Comets receiver on the play is down.
Yeah, that's tough, especially, a Cardinal team that just comes in shorthanded because they don't have a whole lot of depth. You hate to see anybody injured, but it's especially tough in those situations.
There's a Pella Christian player on his way off with a couple of the coaches and trainers too.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward tackle there, as Josiah Deal was the one who made the tackle, and he is also coming to the sideline after getting up slowly.
Yeah, both of them are off the field very slowly. So we won't dare speculate. This is a Vision for Less injury timeout. And we will keep it right here and tell you about Delivery.com, the restaurant delivery service in Pella, with great local restaurants such as George's, Canaritos, Yumoto, Liberty Street Kitchen, and more. And you can have fresh food delivered right to your door, just like Tammy Van Coten did. She's our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com, and has won a $10 gift certificate toward her next order. Try Delivery.com this week and then listen to our next Eagles and Dutch broadcast to see if you are our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. I believe that was number 10 on the reception. That's Ty McIntosh, who is off the field under his own power.
Pass is complete to Ty McIntosh, who received it for a first down.
So first down, Comets at their own 42. On the other side of a Vision for Less injury timeout, Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr. Carlisle 7, Indianola nothing. First quarter already 6 minutes in almost. Also, Pella, their first touchdown of the night, 7-0. Kenson Fuller, the homecoming king, gets on the board for the Dutch, and there's a false start. That'll stop the clock.
Motion penalty on Cardinal.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's been here for Cardinal, is that when they have had some nice plays, it's kind of been those negative plays that have hurt them, whether it's in the running game, whether it's taking the sacks. You mentioned 9 tackles for losses all combined, and now you see that penalty too, and it's hard when you keep putting yourself behind in the chains to try to pick up first downs.
Telfer will fake the handoff, keep it himself. He got back to the line maybe a yard. We'll call it no gain just to be even in 2nd and 15 coming up. Have another Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. PCM 14, Sheraton nothing early first quarter. And as we mentioned, Pella 7-0, 7:33 first quarter over Oskaloosa. Only score we are awaiting from our on-air games will be Knoxville. 2nd and 15, Cardinal just beyond the mark on their own 37-yard line. Have to get to the Eagles 48 for a first down, leading 35-0 here. 8:41 and counting on the other side of the penalty. This continuous clock is rolling here. Telfer to pass under some pressure. That's picked off, intercepted, and to the 30, it's Isaac Kakmarinsky, and you can kiss him goodbye. 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown, Pella Christian. Isaac Kack, pick 6.
Nice play there from the PC defense, as that is the first touchdown for the Pella Christian defense of the season. And it's Isaac Kakmarinsky. You don't even get anybody different scoring a touchdown. Nice job from the linebacker. Steps in front of that one. And there was nothing but green in front of him after he caught it.
We'll give that a bonus. Randall Roofing raised the roof moment of the game. Actually fixed the fence, the defense scoring there. But either way, Randall Roofing, proud sponsor of Eagles Athletics. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. And that pick six may send us already, JD, into backup territory now that there's that extra padding, so to speak, on the scoreboard. We'll see how far Pella Christian goes. Kick is up.
And the kick is good.
And it's good. Pick six, 42-0, 8:23 still to go here in the second. Inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Andrew Schneider and JD Bohr, Eagles 42, Comets 0. Comets 0.
Stop searching for value in all the wrong places. When it comes to saving money, look no further than Vision for Less. We've got the best insurance offer around. Get a free second pair of glasses when you use insurance with us. You heard that right. Your second pair of glasses is free. It's like finding free money. Get the most out of your vision benefits by shopping for glasses at Vision for Less.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Kickoff for the Eagles. It is a new kicker in, by the way. Returnable for Cardinal at their own 10-yard line. And not much there. They'll get to the 18. That was number 11, Isaac Lett. Camden Parker was kicking. We saw Fancher go off to the sideline, JD, with the trainer, and he was obviously, precaution or whatever it is, not probably healthy enough to do that kickoff, or just chosen not to. But either way, precaution taken after he was dinged up on a defensive play just a few moments ago.
Yeah, a lot of young guys that were kind of mixed in on that play, and it looks like they're starting to just kind of mix them in here again. It's hard because you want your starters to get some feel on a Friday night, but when that scoreboard starts going crazy, you also don't want any injuries, and you want to give those other guys a chance.
Isaac Kakmarinsky says, I'm staying on the field for a little bit longer, and he will help pick up number, looked like 3, Kaufman, on the jet sweep, and then he was, after he quickly deposited him towards the ground.
Yeah, fresh off a pick six touchdown, Kakmarinsky takes the field again. He just reads things so well from his linebacker spot. It feels like he's all over the field. This time he drops him in the backfield again. You know, just another tackle for loss.
Make it 10.
Yeah, Kakmarinsky's got quite a few of them. He's doing a nice job. Him and Cooper Spronk make a nice linebacker tandem.
Telford, a pass, dropped. Not super accurate anyway, but missing the mark there. Let's run down our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard quickly. Pella, I think, is taking out some frustration on Oskaloosa. It's 14-0 Dutch. Still first quarter there. Kenson Fuller, his second score. Indianola 7, Carlisle 7, tied in the first quarter. Atlantic on top of Knoxville first quarter over on 95.3 KNIA. PCM 21, Sheraton 0. Still early first quarter over in Monroe. At your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, clock is running, 6:28 and counting. Still not moving particularly quick, and we will get a Vision for Last timeout.
Timeout, Cardinal.
So, as it stands, Andrew Schneider and JD Bohr, Pella Motors radio game reset. It was a good start for the Eagles to start this one off. Peyton Ritzert, a house call from 90 yards on the opening kickoff. Eagles haven't looked back since. Ritzert had a jet sweep touchdown. Isaac Kakmarinsky has thrown for a couple. Benny Schurz has been on the board as well. And then Isaac Kak gets the pick six to make it 42-0. Still not halfway through our second quarter.
And, you know, you got touchdowns as you kind of run through that. You got touchdowns from all 3 phases of the game. As the special teams got them on the board to start, the offense kind of took over from there. And the pick six puts the defense on the board as well. About the only blunder being the fumble. Other than that, this game has been entirely dominated from the Eagles.
Well, and that fumble turned into a 3-and-out with, I think, Cardinal ended up having a negative punt after a couple of negative plays and a penalty. So
didn't really hurt him too much.
Pella Christian went down and scored on the ensuing series. 6:24 remaining on the other side of a Vision for Less timeout and a PellaMotors.com game reset. May have been some motion there, but they'll let the play go. Telfer far sideline pass is caught to the 25. Get him the 26-yard line on 3rd and long. It will be 4th down. That was number 7, Eliason.
Joe Deal on the tackle.
Yeah, the Comets continue to mix things up a little bit. You know, we haven't seen the return of the other quarterback.
Number 2, Kenny. He was hurt.
Yeah, so it's been all Telfer here. But you know, they go to the trips there again. This time to the wide side of the field. Kind of some fun route combinations. Don't pick up the first down, but it still was a nice gain there.
Colin Vanderwall is back at his own 45-yard line. High snap. And Veenstrom, if he really wanted to, probably could have blocked that, but kind of half-armed it. It's Vanderwall who will get a return, and he's ganged up on at the 45 of Cardinal. 1st and 10, Pella Christian. Clock is running, 5:30 remaining. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr on this Vision for Less timeout as the Pella Christian offense. Looks like still Isaac Cack and maybe a few irregulars mixed in. We'll see who comes out.
Yeah, I still see the starting offensive line, you know, and we probably should mention it is senior night here tonight for the Eagles. And, you know, you got 4 of those seniors here on the offensive line.
And they need reps. I mean, we're not kidding ourselves.
No, for sure. These guys are excited. This is their last time to play a home regular season game. We'll see. Hopefully they'll get a home playoff game. But these guys want to get out there and play and compete on a Friday night.
And 1st down, Pella Christian all the way downfield finds Vanderwall on the jet sweep.
Yeah,
I was napping for a second, checking some scores inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. Already inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, JD, after a gain of 28.
Yeah, jet sweep again. You know, we're just kind of putting those rushing totals up even higher. It's just different guys. We haven't even seen that much of Benny Schurz and Isaac Kakmarinsky running the football. Vanderwall gets in on the action. We've seen Ritzert run that play, and that's a nice little wrinkle there from the Eagles.
Never be afraid to jump in, JD, if I'm not looking. Isaac Cack on the keeper, and he is met near the line, and I think, JD, that's officially Pella Christian's first negative play.
Yeah, there it is. Good job from the Comets defensive line. As you know what, that defensive line, they're just kind of pinning their ears back and hoping they can create some type of chaos in the backfield. And every once in a while, they've been able to get in there, and especially between the tackles. PC has not had a lot of luck running the football there. So give this defensive line, the Comets, some credit for plugging up some of those holes.
2nd and 11. Ball is at the 17 of Cardinal in the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Pella Christian 42-0, approaching the half. Colin Vanderwall. Fake the jet sweep. Keeper, plenty of space for Cack. Has a couple of men to beat. He'll just weave through them. It's basket weaving 101 for Isaac Kakmarinsky as he makes it look easy from 17 yards out. 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown, Pella Christian.
Man, you ever play back in the day the game Frogger?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what that looked like. It looked like Isaac Kakmarinsky is just trying to cross the street, and he's just kind of hopping in between people. I don't even know if he got touched, but he ran through like 5 or 6 different Cardinal players to kind of skip his way into the end zone, and another drive ends up with a touchdown here for the Eagles.
And the scoring pouring on here for PC with 3:28 remaining until the half. And this will be a new kicker again, as we mentioned, Camden Parker getting the shot. Pella Christian has 10 on the special teams. 5 seconds on the play clock. Give him 4, 3.
Let's go. They got it.
And the snap is off, the kick is up, and Parker's got a decent leg.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good. You know, Pella Christian, JD, we're going to keep it right here, has become the unofficial kicker U of Class 1A football. They have had an incredible run of kickers dating back to Trey Hugan, the son of Troy Hugan, who had the longest field goal until Fancher, we called that kick, was able to tie it earlier this season, but Nathan DeBryan went on to Division I kicking. Gabe Soler was an excellent soccer player that led the Eagles to state soccer in the fall. I mean, they've had, seriously, JD, some really, really good kickers. For a Class 1A school, there are 3A, 4A, 5A schools that are envious of the quality that Pella Christian's had, and Parker kicked that one further than anything Fancher's done on a PAT tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's true. And I just mentioned it at the last kickoff, like what a weapon that is when Fancher has the ability to just punch it through the end zone. And, you know, as long as you can keep doing that, I think you will, right? Because it just eases the burden on this kickoff unit. But again, too, you know, the extra points Fancher's been excellent on those all season, and nice to see Camden Parker again get in on the action. That is a luxury, and one that I don't think Coach Cack takes lightly. You know, he talks about it a lot.
Well, and if you have a good kicker at this level, especially, there are a lot of teams, JD, that don't have good kickers, and they're a dime a dozen, you know, in certain levels, but certainly here it's a really big opportunity for PC. Cardinal at their own 22-yard line, clock at 3:20 remaining until the half.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to go there, but this conversation, we're both Cyclone fans.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we don't have to go down that road, but it's been rough as far as the kicking unit.
Is there anyone close? I swear he just said something Schneider. Oh, maybe Dale is just really hoping that I'm out there. He's telling me something I don't know. 1st and 10 Cardinal at their own 22-yard line. Down 49-0. Mercy rule clock already going with a 2-score pad. Jet sweep handoff ball is on the ground. No, they'll say called down by contact.
Yeah,
Chase Johnson.
Hard to see who came up with it that time, but they went to that wing formation, faked the pitch out there, and instead ran another running back in for a handoff. We see some of that stuff from other teams. And
Wyatt Snyder. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
He might have said Schneider that first time just because he kind of, was thinking of me.
Your younger brother, Wyatt Snyder.
Yeah, spelled differently, but yes. 2nd and 8.
I'm happy that you figured this out because you were a little nervous over there.
I was like, I technically probably have eligibility somewhere, but I'm not sure if Coach Cack wants any of that. Telfer gets a high snap and does his best to turn it into something with the Eagles defense there right away. That was Elliot Minigo with the initial contact and another tackle for loss.
Yeah, that time Telfer, it's a tough spot to be in when football is all about execution, all about the little thing. That's why the coaches talk about it all the time. It's a snap that's 2 feet higher than it should have been, throws off the timing, and Telfer is just kind of a sitting duck back there. And it was Meninga who was able to get in on the tackle for loss game that the Eagles are playing out here tonight.
A couple of Strauver Cellular instant radio updates we'll tell you about after the snap. Telfer to pass far sideline. That pass is caught. And good effort, but still short of the mark is Isaac Lett. He needed 10, he got 8. The instant radio updates, 21 Nada Dutch. JD, I think they're getting to 1-0 tonight. At this point, that's a good sign. And then Carlisle 14, Indianola 7. Indianola in another good game. And they are playing in, by far, JD, the toughest district, I think, in Class 4A football. Carlisle is excellent this year. Bondurant with Titus Cram, Norwalk. If they were in any other district, are probably the second best team in that district. Woof. That is loaded. 4th down conversion try here for Cardinal. Telfer rolls out to his left, and it's through the fingertips of Miller. He may not have been inbounds anyway. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, Telfer did a nice job to try to extend that play. Why not go for it, right? I mean, the clock's running. Actually, we're going to see halftime here. I don't even know if Pella Christian has to take a snap at this point.
They don't. I think out of respect, Coach Cack is not going to push the issue here.
Yeah, you kind of forget about that clock is stopping. So, yeah, that'll be it.
That'll take us to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart and Pella at Central Tire and Auto. You are listening to Pella Christian High School football, powered by Bank Iowa on KRLS2 at KNIAKRLS.com. Bank Iowa is getting hosed here tonight, $20 for every home touchdown. They've had to pay a lot, which of course they're very happy to, as they donate $20 for every home touchdown this season. Between the broadcasts I've had all 3 nights, Des Moines Christian, Van Buren, and more, it's quite the donation they're giving to our booster clubs at both Pella and Pella Christian. Thanks to our friends at Bank Iowa, our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show when we come back.
Off with a drive into center field. Walk off bomb. Unbelievable. Randall Roofing raised the roof moment of the game. It's back-to-back innings. Emma Ekop homers.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think
Randall Roofing.
Hey, this is Ashley at Brown Shoe Fit Pella. We have a lot of new shoes and bags arriving daily at Brown Shoe Fit Pella. Our Born, Soft, and Riker shoes and booties are coming in daily. We have also received the latest shoes from OnCloud and Hoka, and they look and feel amazing. Did you know Brown Shoe Fit Pella has Vera Bradley, Bagolini, Sherpani, and Hobo bags? No matter what style you are looking for, we have it. Brown Shoe Fit Pella, located on the south side of the square, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6, and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4.
Maybe you've always prepared your own taxes.
Yep, I think we're going to head out. It's good to see you, though.
I want to see you at the
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got my number, so you can call me on it, okay? I'll tell Adam to say hi. You tell the guys I say hi, right? Good to see ya. Nice to meet you.
I'm going.
Okay. Get your snack? All right.
Check out America's locally grown wireless at U.S. Cellular. Visit Strawber Cellular, a U.S. Cellular authorized agent located at 826 Main Street in Pella.
Pella Regional Medical Clinic is pleased to welcome Garrett Donaldson, MD, specializing in family practice and obstetrics. Dr. Donaldson has a passion for promoting healthy lifestyles for patients of all ages. Give us a call to schedule your annual physical, a well-child visit, prenatal care, or to manage chronic diseases like diabetes. Dr. Donaldson is welcoming new patients in Pella and Ottumwa. To schedule an appointment, go to pellahealth.org or call 641-621-2200.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we know how important it is for athletes to heal properly so that they can continue making plays and staying active. We pride ourselves in providing top-notch care for athletes of any age. Whether you're the quarterback for a local team, a leisurely runner, or somewhere in between, we've got you covered at Kinetic Edge. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose Kinetic Edge. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230.
Sprunk drives, kicks to Fancher to Andringa, who's going to get it inside to Mulder, and Mulder with the slam! Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Gilchrist Jewett & Pella is your local source for windows from trusted manufacturers including Marvin, Anderson, Gherkin, and Silverline. They also stock and supply the top-of-the-line composite decking materials from TimberTech and Westbury Railings for a relaxing, family-friendly, and minimum maintenance area to enjoy for decades. As always, Gilchrist Jewett welcomes all contractors and homeowners alike for all your quality lumber, building supplies, flooring, cabinets, garage doors, and more in Pella.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville supports all the Marion County teams and athletes competing this year and encourages them to be the best they can by giving 100% effort in everything they do. The values of hard work and perseverance will help them not only on the field but in life for years to come. You'll find those same values at Raceway Tire and Exhaust, your one-stop auto headquarters located at 1318 West Bell Avenue in Knoxville, or at racewaytireandexhaust.com.
Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
At Menninga Pest Control, their slogan is that Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Now Sean wants you to join his team and kill other people's bugs. Menninga Pest Control has an immediate opening for a technician. Whether you're looking for full-time or part-time or even just seasonal, Sean is looking for you. He'll even train you and make sure that you get the proper certification to kill those bugs. Interested? You know the number to call.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. It's all Pella Christian. 49-0. Let's take a look at your first half stats and go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Pella Christian, 17 plays, 256 yards. Cardinal, 31 plays for 40 yards. Pella Christian has 2 sacks right now defensively as well for negative plays. A total of 11 tackles for loss is what we have unofficially up here as well. Pella Christian is led by Isaac Cack, 5 for 6, 116 yards passing. Rushing the ball, Benny Schurz, 42 yards. Touchdown, Colin Vanderwall has 40 yards on the ground. Peyton Ritzer, 39 yards. And a touchdown, a pick 6 as well. Time of possession favors Cardinal, 17:37 to 6:23, but that does not obviously measure the impact of the game. 5 punts for Cardinal, the Comets coming into this one as well. And unofficially on first downs, I have it as Pella Christian 11, Cardinal 4. Inside the Numbers is delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join the movement today at PellaFiber.com. Let's run down your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Atlantic 18, Knoxville 0. Second quarter, 11:36 remaining there. PCM 28, Sheraton nothing. That's at the end of the first quarter. Pella 21-0 over Oski. They're on their way potentially to a continuous clock down the way over at the Lacey Sports Complex. At last check, it was Carlisle 14, Indianola 7 after one quarter in that game. And Melcher Dallas led early 6-0 over Grandview Christian. That's your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. We'll step aside for a quick commercial timeout, and JD will have your second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. When we come back, you're listening to Eagles football in our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, 49-0. It's all PC.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You head out to work, back in to check on the kids. Your husband heads out for work, back in for lunch. You head out to the grocery store, back in for the evening. In and out, in and out, in and out, all day long. Of course, while you're going in and out, your garage door is going up and down. And over the course of time, springs, rollers, hinges, they all break down. Don't wait until the door won't go up and down and you can't go in and out. Call DeYoung Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
Above all, you want to create something you're proud of. At Precision Pulley and Idler, each employee receives countless hours of instruction. That's why Precision Pulley and Idler is not only proud, but understands the work our area students put in each year to make their own season a success. Precision Pulley and Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Precision Pulley and Idler, we keep it moving.
A fleet of drones for spot spraying my crops? It's a huge cost saver. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
An eco-friendly lawn care business that uses goats instead of mowers makes heads turn. But my business plan and numbers are solid. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Planting 1,000 trees on our cattle farm to block the breeze? It makes for good neighbor relations, and my numbers were good. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Bank Iowa, equal housing lender, member FDIC. All loans are subject to approval.
While a great drive on the field is important in football, it's also our goal for you behind the wheel. Hi, this is Jason at Lauterbach Buick GMC in Newton, and we have the winning game plan for your purchase of a new Buick, GMC, or quality pre-owned vehicle. New vehicles arriving weekly and most with 0% financing. We'll also keep you ready for the long run with top-notch service and body shop. Family owned and on your team since 1981. Lauterbach Buick GMC, I-80 Speedway exit 168 or online at lauterbachcars.com.
Back inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Andrew Schneider and J.D. Bohr. Pella Christian 49, Cardinal 0. Our second half adjustments presented by the Young Door Service. Well, J.D., I feel like all three times we've talked, there hasn't been a whole lot to say.
No.
PC playing a fairly clean first half, just the one turnover, which they were able to make up with some good defense. Great defense, very good special teams, very good on offense. We get to see a lot of the JV players here in the second half that will move on very quickly.
It will. You know, this second half will move very fast. You know, and it's good. It's good to be in these spots where you get some guys some extra time. And you know what? Also, too, you know, maybe it's a good time to just talk about you know, one of the nice things about this football program right now is there is a lot of depth, right? That you can throw in a second unit, sometimes even a third unit onto the field. You know, and that's obviously in large part due to the 14 seniors on this roster. And this being senior night, kind of a time to give them a shout out of just sticking with it, right? I mean, a lot of kids dream of playing football, and then a lot of kids just kind of give up on that dream. It's too hard, or, you know, there's just a lot of reasons. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of commitment to be a good football player. And these 14 seniors have committed themselves to this. They've done it together. They've worked hard for 4 years now within this program, and they're able to, it's paying off now. And it pays off for the entire programs. I think it allows everybody to be better when you have more seniors on your roster.
Your second half adjustments are presented by...
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Let's read. Our 14 seniors tonight. Number 1, Colin Vanderwall. His favorite memory is getting 3 interceptions on Keith Moko. I'm guessing that happened at the scrimmage at some point last year, probably, because I think Moko was a senior. So, way to go, Colin. Jack Fancher, defensive back and kicker, tying the longest field goal school record, which you and I got the pleasure to call. Is his favorite Eagles memory. Isaac Kakamaninski, as a former colleague of mine once said, his favorite memory is playing Panorama his sophomore year, and Cody Boonder punched out the ball when they were driving. An excellent game you and Trevor got to call in the postseason. One of the all-time greats that Coach Kack has been a part of in this Eagles history. Peyton Ritzert's got quite the hair going in the old picture. He's still got the mane going in the new one. His favorite memory, recovering a fumble against Panorama his sophomore year and having Drew Gietings pick him up and swing him around. So that was what they were talking about.
Same play.
Play. Josiah Deal, memory, getting laid out by Eric Mulder and fighting afterwards. Thank you, Joe.
That'll happen.
Yeah. So it goes. Trevin Parker singing to music in the locker room with the team. Trevin. Nate Greco, his memory, Cody Boonder and I working on flips during practice. Way to go, Nate. Maybe another flip here tonight. Colton Voss, his memory, when Drew and I laid out a linebacker that had tried to blitz, he never tried that again for the rest of the game. Offensive lineman speaking, the old pancake block, a favorite memory of Colton Voss. Caleb, is it Pogani?
Pogon.
Pogon, thank you.
The Hungarian hammer, Caleb Pogon.
I have not met Caleb, so his memory is knocking people over and the satisfaction of that, as well as meeting many new people. That makes sense. Owen Meniga, starting my first varsity game as a sophomore against Central Decatur. Flip the page. The rest of these guys I've covered for a long time. That's right. I haven't seen Caleb. Apologies to the family listening over in Hungary tonight. Drew Van Coten, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Well, I don't know if this counts as a memory, getting a concussion and not remembering what came next. Okay, Drew. Spencer Verplug beating PCM one last time, says Spencer, and maybe there's something there. Does he live up in Monroe or something? Who knows? But beating I don't know, but he wanted to beat PCM.
Yeah.
Mitchell Van Zee, lineman breakfast on Thursday mornings. Please note, JD, I have not been invited to lineman breakfast on Thursday mornings.
Yeah.
And Andrew Van Gort getting trucked by Coach Boonder when teaching how to block. So Toby Steen, when Luke Mulder told me to scrape his shoulders, so pretty much demolish him, although I don't know if Toby won that one or not. We'll see. If Eric's listening, or Eric or Luke, they can tell
Luke
us.
probably has something to say about that.
Austin Van Zulen, Coach Boonder line dancing in the middle of defensive position work. So there are your seniors, all the memories, minus Drew's non-memory. And that's a big class, and we're not going to go too far into the crystal ball, but that's what I think makes this season special. It also puts a lot of pressure on, because I think that, it would take a lot with this amount of talent, and most of those guys, JD, are not just players. They're starters. They're key parts of this team. It's going to be a really rebuilding year after this coming season, especially with some of the new coaches that came in this year. Enjoy the ride now, JD, while it lasts, because things will look pretty different on Eagle Lane for a little bit. This is a very important group of seniors that still think that they are very much one of the 4 best teams in Class 1A.
Yeah, they do. They got a lot to play for. I think sometimes you lose sight of that a little bit after a loss. Obviously, that Sigourney Kyoto loss still stings, but I think this group, and it's not a surprise when you know these seniors and you know that it's kind of their last go-around, that they've regrouped really well from that. They're very motivated as they enter into kind of this last part of their senior season, and they're going to be determined, whether it's this game next week or moving into the playoffs, they're going to be determined to really put a nice bow on this season and play some of their best football down the stretch.
This will wrap up the Central Tire Nada Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. A lot of Strawberry Cellular instant radio updates while we were yammering on about senior night. It's Atlantic 18, Knoxville 7. Noah Kiefer, our player profile this week, was able to find a 49-yard scamper. So don't count out the Panthers. Atlantic not converting on any of their extra points. Special teams, JD, mean a lot. You could score 3 touchdowns in Knoxville. They make their extra points, a 2-score game. So that's an important one. Still brewing over on senior night over at historic Kenlock Stadium. And boy, we've got ourselves a doozy of a game in Warren County. All knotted up at 14, the one and only Drew Kingery, who's going to give you and all the coaches in the Little Hawkeye Conference basketball headaches here in about 2 months.
That's right.
He is maybe the best player in Class 4A football individually. He has been a phenomenal star. I think he's up to, I can't count in my hands the number of plays he's had of more than 40 yards this year, and I saw 3 of them in one game against Pella earlier this season. A phenomenal player, and he's tied it up Indianola Carlisle. Andrew Swadner is like winning the lottery with games called this year. Everything's been close for Indianola, and they're a fine team, as is Carlisle, who's kind of come out and made that one a 4-team district race in Warren County. Sorry, I didn't give you any nightmares talking about Drew Kingery or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's probably the preseason best player coming into the conference. He's a phenomenal.
Just an awesome athlete, and that's what's so fun about playing in the Little Hawkeye Conference. You just got some awesome athletes, and it's cool to see guys like Drew and guys across the conference just being successful in multiple sports. It's nice to be in a community and be in a place, be in an area where you still see a lot of that.
Well, and you had that too. Eric Mulder was
totally.
a great wide receiver and defensive back, on top of being arguably the best player in all of 2A basketball a season ago, all the way to Pella's great multi-sport athletes and so on. And
yeah,
it's
fun. Great. It's great, and it's important. It's kind of, to me, as a person who loves high school athletics, it's kind of what it's all about, going out there and competing with your friends and whatever sport's going on. And we still do that pretty well around here.
And it's often the case that the really good in one sport players tend to be pretty good in something else.
Yeah.
We're live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 49-0 Eagles on top of Cardinal. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. The Eagles have had a defensive touchdown. They've had a special teams touchdown. and they have 11 first downs, just 1 third down try in the game so far for PC. Isaac Cack does not have his helmet on. We are going all backups here for the Eagles for the remainder of this contest as the continuous clock rolls. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Andrew Schneider, J.D. Bohr. The kicker returning is Camden Parker. Just a sophomore, and the way we've seen his legs so far, maybe another 2 years of good kicking here for PC. An Eagle saw their shadow on the field, and that means another 2 years of good kicking. That's the way it's been here. There have been some phenomenal kickers here on Eagle Lane for many years. Parker has a chance next season to join those ranks. Short kick, returned at the 14-yard line. One tackle broken, and the other is not. That was number 24, Chase Johnson, out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and it's freshman Landon Nunnekoven, and you kind of mentioned it's going to be a lot of different guys, some freshmen, some sophomores, some older guys as well who are going to get an opportunity to come out here as like you said, it's an entirely different second unit here, you know. And for
Wyatt
Cardinal,
Snyder, go ahead.
Yeah, for Cardinal, you know, they just don't have the depth, so I imagine you're going to see a lot of the same guys continue to play.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, and the Eagles will give them 5. Hey.
Oh, man, you just kind of get loosened up here after halftime, right? You just raring to go. And it was 2 guys, Elliot Meninga and Spencer Verplug, jumping off sides on the right side of the line.
I just got very excited. 1st and 5, Cardinal pass to the 32-yard line after the penalty. 2 receivers near side of the formation. The quarterback is Tatum Telfer. Telfer to pass, far sideline. Pass is caught up to the 40. 1st down. And that was Lett, who's been maybe the safety valve for Telfer. Needed 5, he got 9.
Man, shout out again to Tatum Telfer. As he's a lefty, he can sling it. And just doing it with number 81 is really a power move. I love it. And he's really done a nice job of finding his receivers in different spots to move the ball at certain times.
1st and 10, Cardinal at their own 41-yard line. That is their 5th first down of the game. Telfer passes, tipped, and Wyatt Snyder was thinking 6 as he knocked it away.
Ah, man, nice job there from Wyatt Snyder. As if he would have just been there just a split second earlier, he probably would have had the beat on it to get 2 hands on that thing and maybe take it to the house. But he did a nice job to kind of jump that route as Telfer was looking for his receiver kind of in the right flat. And for kind of his outside linebacker position, Wyatt Snyder was able to make the play.
Clock is moving, continuous clock with the mercy rule, 10 minutes and rolling. Eagles with their JV plus defense out there tonight against Telfer and company. Handoff to the right side, and the best rushing play of the game, Craig Miller, as he'll get 8.
Yeah, nice job there from Miller as, you know, the Eagles brought a blitz that time, but sometimes when you bring a blitz, you kind of are selling out to certain areas of the field, and that time they got kind of beat on the right edge. Nice job by the Comets to get a nice second down play and sets them up for a manageable 3rd down.
Tonight's video stream is presented by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. 3rd and 2. Cardinal at their own 49 have to get to the Eagles' 49-yard line. They have a man in motion. Handoff will go to Miller left side, very patiently navigating there as he waited for his blocks to develop, and he'll get a 1st down.
Nice job there from Miller. It didn't look like there was a whole lot there for him, but he, like you said, he was just patient. And then finally when he stuck his foot into the ground and tried to get north and south, he was able to lower his shoulder, pick up the 1st down, and the Comets here moving the ball into Eagles territory.
Josiah Vink off the field. We try to name as many Eagles as we can. Here in the second half, Andrew Van Gorp on the defensive line as well. 1st down, Cardinal and Eagles territory. It's a screen play to Miller. Miller with a head of steam up to the Eagles' 40-yard line. Tackle made by Trevin Parker.
Yeah, Trevin Parker, you know, one of those seniors again, you know, and I love a guy like Trevin Parker. Just knowing him and his commitment level. Not a guy who necessarily, you know, gets a lot of the accolades. He's dealt with some injuries, just kind of had a rough start to the year with some injuries and wasn't able to get on the field quite as much. But he's a guy who works really hard, and you just got to have those guys. Every team, every high school sports team has to have those guys who are willing to accept their role and work hard. Good job by Trevin Parker to make the play. He's definitely one of those guys.
2nd and 9. Miller cuts it back against the grain and is pushed ahead by a couple of Eagles, close to the 1st down. That looked like Spencer Verplug still in, making the stop.
Yeah, another linebacker out there for Pella Christian is Nate Greco, and he's a senior as well. And a guy, I believe this is his first action, as he actually broke both of his feet at basic training this summer. Kind of a tough deal for him. Yeah, he's dealt with a lot of injuries throughout his career, and
I guess that's a wheelchair, right, or something. That's a double crutches.
He had boots on both feet as he started the year, so it's good to see him get some action here on senior night.
This is a new quarterback in.
There he is on the tackle
to the 30, and it's Everett Eliason who, on the keeper, gets 7.
Yeah, it was Greco. I mentioned Nate Greco as he was there on the tackle, along with Noah Nunnikoven, so a junior and a senior, combining on that tackle, but it wasn't until the Comets had picked up 7 yards.
Under 7 to play in our third quarter. Comets, by the way, out there on the offensive line, Isaac Cox and Owen Johnson, a few of the Cardinal Comets that are out there. Second time I've done that. Jesse Hughes, one of the captains of the team. Eliason to pass, and that is complete near the first down to the 26-yard line. I think it's Telfer who made the catch.
Yeah, it was. Give these Comets some credit, just their versatility. They run so many different formations, and clearly they play a lot of different positions, so these guys got to know what's going on at different spots.
Stat sheet, I don't keep enough room for a third quarterback usually. Not common.
Yeah, and here he goes, Eliason there, who just made the pass, now moves out to wide receiver.
And Telfer back in at quarterback in a pistol formation. Handoff will go to Miller. He drags an Eagle with him inside the 30 inside the 25, rather, the 22-yard line. Give him 3 more. It looked like Johnson Morgan making the stop.
Yeah, a couple other Eagles out there seeing their first action of the night. You have Keegan Fatma, who plays defensive end. He kind of rotates in. Camden Parker, Caden Croyd, Noah Nunnikoven, and Landon Franzman kind of round out the group there on defense right now for the Eagles.
2nd and 7. Telfer again in a pistol. Play action to Miller. Throw across the middle is caught inside the 10.
Pass complete
to Isaac Lett.
Nice job from the Comets. You kind of thought if they were going to score, it was probably going to be a big play. And they haven't scored yet. The Eagles defense is going to see if they can stop them, but they've been able to just kind of methodically move the ball, a little bit of mix and run, or of the run and the pass, but nice job here from the Cardinal offense.
They have doubled their first down total on the series, now inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. 4 first downs in the first half, 4 on this series here, and they're inside the 5. It's Miller who's knocking on the door of the first points of the night for Cardinal.
I believe you mentioned they only had 40 yards of offense in the first half, so they've already passed that
They've doubled that, too.
All right.
Their time of possession win, by the way, JD, especially with the continuous clock. They're going to win that battle by a long shot here.
Yeah, just on this drive alone, they're going to eat up. It's already been almost 8 minutes of clock that have kind of whittled away.
3 receivers near side of the formation, single back for Telfer. All sorts of room to his right. Miller is met near the backfield, and he's still churning his legs, but that's going to be a loss. Forward progress stops him at the 4. That is the 12th Eagles tackle for loss. Leading the way there was Keegan Fatma, and he had a bunch of help from his friends.
Yeah, he did. And a nice job from Elliot Meninga as well, playing that inside down lineman who kind of got in the middle of that offensive line and was able to disrupt the play from the start.
Non-stop continuous clock has rolled here so far for Cardinal. They received the opening kickoff. Telfer for the end zone. Not on the same page as his go-to receiver, Lett, incomplete. Telfer was looking for the out route. It was a slant over the middle.
Right. It is probably a good thing that he didn't throw the slant, as I thought Pella Christian probably had that one guarded pretty well. Nice job from the defense there. And, now it's 4th down. It's not a big deal, right? I mean, this game is in hand. It's 49-0. But this means something to these guys in the field. Pella Christian wanting to keep that goose egg on the board, keep the shutout alive. And, the Comets just want to get on the board.
Clock still rolling because of the continuous clock. 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. Telfer to pass. Looking over the middle, that pass is tipped, knocked away, incomplete, and the JV Eagles are celebrating JD as they get the stop and turnover on downs.
Yeah, Josiah Vink at his linebacker spot was one of the guys who kind of disrupted that play. Pretty good defense. I love the route combination as they run one receiver to the flat and a slant over the middle, and I thought Telfer, who's done a really nice job, I thought he maybe picked out the wrong receiver. I thought he had his guy in the flat for a touchdown. But he tried to squeeze that one in there, wasn't able to make it happen. And now you're going to see the Eagles offense take the field again.
Pella Motors game reset. Pella Christian on the drive. Cardinal started at their own 25-yard line, so it was an 80-plus or 70-yard-plus drive, 0 points.
Yep.
And a pivotal moment there for the Eagles defense and a PellaMotors.com radio game reset. Play clock is rolling. Eagles will send the whole offense just onto the field from the bench, including the quarterback. Yeah. Peyton Ritzert still in the game. Jet sweep will go to Peyton Ritzert. He's got a lot of space in front of him. Cuts it upfield at the 10, sheds a tackle at the 15, and he's dragged down from behind to the 18-yard line. Give him 13 and another Eagles first down.
Man, hopefully somebody's getting a picture here as you got Brecken Ritzert, the freshman backup quarterback, handing it off to his older brother, Peyton Ritzert, the senior. Kind of cool to see the Ritzert brothers combine on a nice play there to pick up the first down.
I know Troy Hugan was on other business tonight, so he's not here, but give him 13 yards. They got the video.
That's right.
Ritzert on Ritzert. It's a throw from Brecken to Peyton Ritzert. Makes one tackler miss past the 30 to the 34-yard line. And give him 17 more, this time through the air.
Back-to-back plays there from Peyton Ritzert, from Brecken Ritzert. Good route combination there, good throw and catch. Pick up a couple first downs, and again, as that clock ticks, you just don't have that many chances to make plays. Nice job that time.
At the Ritzert family Thanksgiving circa 2038, they're going to tell the memory of, we took on Cardinal. They were all 6'8", 400 pounds, and we got the touch, you know. That's what's going to happen. I guess maybe 2078 if they're talking like that. Brecken incomplete to Cooper Sprunk. 40 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Pella Christian 49, Cardinal 0. 2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. You have a couple of Strawberry Cellular instant radio updates. The Mustangs got their continuous clock with ease. 35 nada over Sheraton. Carlisle 21, Indianola 14 just before the half, and the Dutch 28-0 on Oskaloosa. Ritzert, this is Brecken Ritzert with the carry. He'll get 4 yards and take us likely to the end of the third quarter. Eagles will have 3rd and 6 when we come back, up 49-0 inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS2 and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel.
Flu shots are available at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. I'm Dwayne McIntyre with Hy-Vee, here to remind you that you can get your flu shot anytime that the pharmacy is open, because there's always a pharmacist on duty to give you a shot. You can check your local Hy-Vee pharmacy hours and complete the vaccine consent form in advance by going to Hy-Vee.com. And when you get your flu shot, make sure to show us your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card, because you'll earn a 20-cent Fuel Saver savings. Flu shots at your local Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. Get paid positions up to $26.05 an hour. All 9 positions will receive a shift differential. Employees will be offered a referral program up to $1,500, weekly pay up to $1,000 weekly, a free 2-year college education for children of employees, compressive benefits, medical, dental, and prescription coverage, paid vacation and holidays, and 401k match, pension, and profit sharing. Apply today here at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
Andrew Schneider, J.D. Bourne, our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Just the third down of the game for the Pella Christian football team. It's Cooper Sprunk trying to convert it, and he will. Has a whole bunch of blockers in front of him, sheds a couple tackles into Cardinal territory at the 40. A stiff arm at the 30 before he's finally knocked out of bounds, and a big gainer for Cooper Sprunk of 35 yards.
Yeah, really nice job on third down, to keep the ball on the ground. Cooper Sprunk does a nice job there of reading his blocks and getting out to the left side and breaking a couple tackles. Trying to give these linemen a couple shout-outs as we got Andrew Van Gorp and Austin Van Zulen and Spencer Verplug And I'm missing a couple there. I can't quite pick out their numbers.
58, you said?
You got Druven, Coton, and you got Keegan Fama. There it is. Those 5 guys, really nice job to come out of the break on 3rd down and give Cooper Spronk the room to pick it up.
By the way, we need a Cooper from the student section every time.
There you go.
There's Cooper as he will shed 1 tackle, and he stopped just shy of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Give him 3 more. Just the 2nd carry for Cooper tonight.
Yeah, not so much going on that time. But it is, pick up a couple yards. Again, just trying to get into the red zone here, see if you can put another touchdown on the board. As I'm guessing, some of these guys are probably seeing their last action of the night too.
2nd and 7 from the Cardinal 21-yard line. Ritzert, near sideline, incomplete. Was looking for number 15, Landon Franzman. It was off his hands and out of bounds. 3rd down.
Yeah, and the Eagles showing kind of a different look. Again, you got to kind of fit your personnel as they kind of split some guys out wide with Franzman, Trevin Parker, Noah Nunnekove, and Camden Parker. And now they bring in Wyatt Snyder and Garrett Wheeler to kind of go back to their typical 2 tight end look.
They'll go back to Cooper Sprunk. Good cut back inside the 20 as he will juke and jive his way inside the 15-yard line for an Eagles 1st down.
Yeah, once again on 3rd down to kind of find his way, kind of sneaks it up there and is able to pick up the 1st down, able to keep the ball and keep that clock rolling. Kind of would have been fun to see a 4th down and trot out let's maybe
another long field goal.
Add some variety to this, but the 1st down's great too.
Inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone are the Eagles on 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 14-yard line. We've got a flag and some Eagle motion going on. Clock stops temporarily with 9:32 remaining.
Motion penalty against the Eagles.
We got all sorts of fun Strawberry Study, their instant radio updates. Let's go outside of our area. This is one important for Pella fans as the Dutch try to qualify for the postseason. Cedar Rapids, Washington, 14, Newton, nothing. Harlan, 28, ADM 7. ADM ranked number 1 by some people, are not the best team in Class 3A. I'm sorry. Harlan got knocked out. JD, they got knocked out of polls because they lost to 4A number 1 Lewis Central. Sometimes the polls, JD, just don't understand. There's a handoff to Cooper. Sprunky cuts up field.
Oh, we fumbled.
And the ball is on the ground, recovered by Cooper. And he'll get all that yardage back, so give him 5 more. So that's why certain polls, JD, at BC Moore, it's all about math. Now, they also had it kind of close as a toss-up just because of ADM had a little bit of an inflated. They're a good football team, but Harlan was the favorite to start this year to be the champs, and they are very clearly the favorite to win it all.
Yeah, and you know what? Any poll, anytime you get in, even math, it's just really hard to do when they're playing different levels around the state.
Yeah. Harlan played probably the toughest 3A preseason of anybody, and now they're cruising. We had that on our pick on this week, and I was like, okay, that one's an easy one in my mind. But
sure.
Not that I know everything, but Harlan, you look at their recent success, and they are the definite benefactors of the new 3A without Pella, Xavier, and all the classics that they used to have to beat to win. 3rd and 5, Sprunk with another carry. Been busy on this series.
Mm-hmm.
And he's continuing to be busy. He finds the edge right side, and he is probably about a yard or 2 shy.
Sprunk, the ball carrier.
So 4th down, Pella Christian, 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 2 from about the 6-7 yard line. They've had great success on 3rd down on this drive, as a couple times Sprunk's been able to keep it on the ground and pick it up. Now you get into that 4 down territory. We'd love to see the Eagles just say, you know what, let's keep that ball on the ground. Let's see if we can, maybe get a touchdown, but at least pick up the 1st down. Looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
It's Cooper Sprunk, and he'll walk in. Not just the 1st down, but it's 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown, Pella Christian. Cooper with the 6 points.
Yeah, that time, they did just enough that drive. It wasn't a big play. They probably didn't have a play more than about 10 yards, but just kind of worked their way down the field. It's good to see that 2nd unit do some of the things that the 1st unit does as well in terms of establishing themselves on the ground, and Cooper Sprunk is the beneficiary of another touchdown here for the Eagles.
JD, I'd appreciate Cooper on the next one.
Cooper.
There, we're good.
I just don't have that like you do, you just.
The animation going on here. The PAT is good, by the way, for Camden Parker. He's been busy here tonight as well. Clock stop at 7:34. We'll keep it right here. JD, let's go ahead and take a look at our Hormel Foods Radio key play and player of the game. Key play was the opening kickoff. House call for Peyton Ritzert. It told the story. It was all we needed to see at that point. Pella Christian turns it on. They win big, now up 56-0.
Yeah, we kind of felt like, obviously this game was a little lopsided from the start. We kind of felt like the Eagles were going to have a chance to run it up quickly on the Comets. And I don't know if anybody thought it was going to be that quick, because it took 12 seconds. Peyton Ritzert taking it to the house on the very first play of the game, like you mentioned. And it's been a lot more of Peyton Ritzert. He's done a nice job as a senior on senior night. Cool for him to be able to make that play.
Players of the game: Colin Vanderwall, Jack Fancher, Isaac Kack, Peyton Ritzert, Josiah Deal, Trevin Parker, Nate Greco, Colton Voss, Caleb Pogan, right?
Pogan.
Owen Miniga, Drew Van Coten, Spencer Verplug, Mitchell Van Zee, Andrew Van Gorp, Toby Steen, and Austin Van Zulen. Your Hormel Foods Radio key players of the game.
Beautiful.
Hormel Foods. If you're looking for the key to your next career, visit HormelJobKnoxville.com. On a bounce, it's returnable here for Cardinal up to the 30-yard line. Out pass to the 34-yard line. Eagles will try to keep the shutout going. Clock running here with under 7.5 to play. 1st and 10 Cardinal, who drove the ball, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, over 70 yards down the field, and were shut down on 4th and less than, I think it was 4th and goal actually from the 5.
Yeah, that was, unfortunate for them, as they really did a nice job moving the football, and I think you're going to see a determined group try to put one in the end zone and take that 0 off the scoreboard, because they did just about everything but put the ball in the end zone on that last drive.
1st and 10 Cardinal at their own 35-yard line. Pistol formation. It's another new quarterback, and I think there was some miscommunication going there. No gain on the play. Number 4, Bradley Snook, ends up getting the carry. It's number 7, Everett Eliason, who ends up getting the QB reps there. Starting quarterback Carson Kenny was knocked out of the game due to injury in the first half. He has not returned.
Yeah, I see him there on the sideline, not wearing his pads. Hopefully he's okay. He's only got one more week left, right? As a senior, it's tough to. I don't know if they got a home game. They probably do next week.
Pleasantville next week.
Yeah,
That'll
so
be
hopefully
the battle to see who can maybe get the playoff spot in this district.
Hopefully he can make it back.
Another positive gain here at Snook, sets up 3rd and long.
A lot of the same Eagles defense that was out there on the last drive. I believe we got everybody. The only new guy out there is our guy, the Hungarian hammer, Caleb Pogan, the senior defensive end, getting some run here on the defensive line for Pella Christian.
Well, and I don't know what kind of American football program they have over there, but my guess is not.
No, he's never played football before, but what's really cool is he's a guy, there's not a lot of dudes in Hungary who love football, and he does. He knows his NFL, big Chicago Bears fan growing up. So it's kind of.
I'll give him a break because he doesn't live in the Midwest, but hey.
Cool opportunity for Caleb to be able to move here his senior year. Obviously, a dangerous situation back home, which is unfortunate in Eastern Europe right now. But for him to be able to come here and get acquainted within the football program, within the school,
make new friends.
Yeah, really
lifelong
cool.
memories.
Yeah, he's an awesome kid. And the Hungarian Hammer is a brilliant nickname. He's made some plays on the JV team. So
only the Bears thing. I'm a lifelong Packers fan. I have to do it. Dale Durr over there is probably the Hammer's biggest fan because he's a huge Bears fan too. But 3rd one. Now, to be fair, JD, after watching the NFL game last week, anything football-wise is about better than what was aired on Thursday Night Football last night. I tweeted right before the overtime coin toss. It was the kind of game where the coin was just going to land on its side. There was going to be no coin toss that worked there. Everything was going wrong there.
Yeah, that was rough. It's back-to-back Thursday nights.
That's right.
Oof.
Sometimes being corny, JD, just doesn't help you. 3rd and long. Cardinal is 2 of 10 on 3rd down tries on the other side of a vision for less timeout. And this is a passing play and incomplete, as it was Eliason. I was trying to figure out who the quarterback was. It was Eliason, incomplete, and then a vision for less timeout, Pella Christian. That's interesting. I think they're trying to get a few more guys on the field, JD. That's the only way.
Yeah.
88, Aiden Croyd, is that how you say that?
Yep.
Just Eagles fans know I haven't been around as much. So I'm working. I'm learning. Give me a second. Looked like he may come on the field for a play.
Yeah, he was out there a little bit on offense. I haven't seen as many of the freshmen, and of course, you don't always want to throw freshmen out there. It's not always. Yeah. You're trying to get some of these guys because the way that the Eagles have done it this year, every year the numbers are a little bit different, but they've been playing some freshman-only games. So it's some of these sophomores, juniors, a few seniors who aren't the freshmen, right, and maybe don't play as much on the varsity. It's those guys that are getting the opportunity to play out here. And
Landon Nunakoven, the freshman, is in as the kick returner, along with Johnson. It'll now just be Johnson Morgan. So there is a few fresh faces out there.
Yeah.
Morgan hasn't played a whole lot yet, but he's been kind of a semi-regular second-half running back. 5:08 clock is stopped. Pella Christian 56, Cardinal nothing. High snap. Kick is away. It's a decent high spiral, and Morgan catches it on the run at the 40. Looking for an edge. He tries to cut it upfield, and he gets to the 48-yard line. It was one of those where he was trying to decide if he wanted to try and outrun everybody to the sideline. He decided to cut it upfield, and Eagles at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Good job there by Bradley Snook on the punt coverage team to be able to kind of set that edge and not allow Morgan to get outside of him. Was able to just kind of twist him around to bring him down to the ground.
We've seen another vision for less time out here.
Yeah, I'm guessing at this point, both of these coaches, sometimes it's hard when you're in these spots just to get the kids organized. It's a lot easier as a basketball coach when I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys go in, right? It's pretty simple. For the football, when you got to get 11 guys out there and they actually kind of have to halfway know what they're doing, it's not always that easy for these coaching staffs.
Well, they're not allowing us to break the broadcast record of being done by 9:05 that we had before. We'll get close still, but.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a good thing because folks should check out if they're going to bed early. It's going to be really cold, but come on down to the Pella Fire Department. Make sure you check out the Pella Fire breakfast that they've got going on. Food will be warm, that's for sure.
That's right.
All proceeds benefit new equipment on the Pella Rural Fire Department truck. That's from 6 to 10 tomorrow morning. The Pella Fire Department. So Eagles fans, if you're still tuned in, or if somehow you can hear me through the glass of the press box, I hope to see a big crowd, even if you got to break out your winter jacket to be there. Pella Fire Department on Main Street. Here inside our vision for less time out, that ends. We're in our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth. Morgan's on defense, or on the running back side with Brecken Ritzert at quarterback. 1st and 10 Eagles, up 56-0 on Cardinal. 4:36 remaining here in the 4th. Ritzert hands it off. It's Morgan left side, met at midfield. He'll get a short gain of 2.
Good, strong physical tackle there. Alec Ratchford, who is the linebacker for Cardinal, does a nice job, reads the play well, sticks his nose in there, and just kind of threw Morgan to the ground.
That is the 7th different Eagle who's carried the ball tonight, JD. A couple of jet sweep wide receivers will add to that total. 2nd and 8. Morgan again, left side, sheds 1 tackle, and he's thrown down hard again by Miller. Craig Miller, the regular linebacker and running back, and he'll get 4 more.
Yeah, one of the things that's tough, for Cardinal, we kind of mentioned you don't really have the depth, so these guys, are staying out there. Some of their starters, but God, they're worn out, right? I mean, they're tired. They've been playing both sides of the ball. So even though they're starters, it's not easy being out there.
A whistle.
It looked like some movement before the snap. Yeah. Haven't seen too many penalties tonight.
No. That's the 3rd for PC. 2 for Cardinal.
That's
all
good.
5-yarders.
Yeah, that's good. You never know. You get into playoff football, you get into some of these tight games, and sometimes that's the difference. If you just got to play clean football. So nice job from PC.
It's, I'm guessing an update. Well, there may have been 12 on the field for Cardinal on 3rd and 10, but Morgan doesn't matter anyway. He's off to the races at the 40, 30-yard line. One man to beat at the 20, the 10, the 5, 6 for the Eagle. Touchdown, Pella Christian. Johnson Morgan, 51 yards.
Nice highlight there from Johnson Morgan. Did a really nice job. The blocks were good, but he was reading them so well. And about 10 yards down the field, about the 40-yard line, made a nice move to get north and south, get down the sideline, and put up another touchdown for Pella Christian.
Pleasantville 7, Van Buren 0. That was still in the first half, that last update that we had there. We'll hope to get something more updated as the night wears on. Johnson Morgan, as you mentioned. Moving on.
Yeah, I think that Pleasantville Van Buren, that's really for playoff positioning. That'll be kind of a big one.
The PAT is good. 63-0, Pella Christian. It's at our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIACableS.com. It is Pleasantville 42, Van Buren 0 at the end of 0.
Well, there you go.
So I'll get that update out.
A nice job from Pleasantville. They came here last week and were a little hobbled. A few guys were getting beat up a little bit. I don't know what the status is for some of those guys, but the fact that they're up 42-0 says that hopefully some of those guys were able to get back on the field, be healthy here as they enter the stretch run. And I know they were looking forward to kind of a get-back game and try to find their way into the playoffs here as they enter into the last couple of games of the season.
3:21 remaining. Well, and they've got Cardinal next week in the finale, and if they're able to get to 2 wins, they'll be the 4th playoff team out of this district to get in, especially with the head-to-head on Van Buren and Cardinal. Wouldn't matter then what the final week looks like for those 2 teams. The other game of intrigue tonight would be Central Decatur and Sigourney Kyoto. Let's go see if I have my crystal ball there. Low squibber, by the way, for Pella Christian here on this kickoff, up 63-0. A little bit of trouble initially for Parker, or not Parker, excuse me, 24 Johnson as it slipped through his fingers initially, but he gets to the 35.
Yeah, good job by Johnson. 35-yard line, some of the best field position. It was Landon Nunnikova, the freshman, on the kickoff unit, and was able to wrap him up. I saw Gilbert Flagel, a couple other freshmen out there on that kickoff unit.
Continuous clock in Oskaloosa, 35-0.
There you go.
Kenson Fuller with the Bundy. 4 touchdowns for the homecoming king, JD, in a single game. 4 touchdowns in 1 game? That's what I'm supposed to say, but you're all good.
Sorry.
It's all right. Al Bundy is a reference that we ran into the crowd on the show for many years.
Still a little new to this.
Yeah, it was the Married with Children, if you saw that sitcom as a younger child. Let's see, Sigourney Kyoto 46, Central Decatur 6, if that answers your question.
Yeah, timed up that blitz perfectly, got into the backfield and made a big hit there to stop the Comets on 3rd down.
Apparently I'll be at breakfast at 7:15 tomorrow morning as per the Schneider Rock hotline in case you're wondering for the Pella Fire Department breakfast. Do have a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Grandview Christian 57, Melcher Dallas 20. So Melcher Dallas scored the first touchdown in that game, and then Grandview Christian, the Tyler Crabs, the fighting Tyler Crabs, never look back. So a vision for less time out here for PC as they're up 63-0 with 50 seconds to go here till the end of this one on 4th and 7. The timeout, JD, I imagine they just want to work on a few things. That's the only reason I can think. Otherwise, you just go home, right?
Yeah, work on a few things. Maybe, again, it's just you're trying to just get some random guys in there. Maybe they're bringing out a freshman unit or something like that for a snap or 2 offensively. But, yeah, other than that, obviously this one in hand, it seems like, at least on this sideline, a relatively healthy game. Unfortunately, Cardinal, had that one injury, maybe another one. But hopefully those guys can get healthy. That's really what you hope for in these types of situations.
And I'm pretty sure they've got Trojans next week. So Johnson Morgan was lined up for kickoff return duty, and then he had to pull up at his safety position on 4th and forever. Throwdown is caught by Telfer, and they'll get the first.
Another version, quarterback to quarterback. Eliason to Telfer there is enough to pick up the first down. The Comets use that timeout to kind of regroup, put together a nice play, pick up the first down, and that will be our last first down of the game. I think we're just going to see one more snap as we got about 20 seconds to go. Looks like the Comets are not in a hurry to head to the line for another play.
15 seconds remain here on Eagle Lane. We'll bunch the formation up. They will have to snap it to avoid the delay in game. They will. Handoff will go to Miller. and he'll get 2 more. And the final horn sounds here on Eagle Lane. The next time PC's here will be determined if they're able to beat Central Decatur next week. Your final score, Pella Christian 63, Cardinal 0. Your Captain's on a Pella Radio postgame show when we come back after this.
Hey football fans, it's Coach Cack here. It's football season, go Eagles, and that means sweater weather is upon us. The Well Thrift Store has all you need to get ready for this season, including hundreds of costumes for the kids, fall decor, sweatshirts, and more. So whether you're looking for fan gear for all the upcoming fall sports, or just need to ready your wardrobe for the cooler temps, the Well Thrift Store has what you need. Good stuff, great help, gives hope at the Well Thrift Store in Pella.
Years and years ago, October was the month the pork producers would bring their hogs to market. While production practices have evolved, we still celebrate the efforts of our local producers throughout the month of October with National Pork Month. I'm Tracy Gathman, General Manager of Two Rivers Cooperative. On behalf of our entire staff and all of our members, we'd like to say thank you to the local pork producers for their efforts in feeding people around the world. Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella, Otley, Monroe, and Tracy.
The home and field advantage, Two Rivers Co-op.
And this is the Captain's on a Pella Radio postgame show where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Captain's on a Pella. I understand there will be some senior night stuff, so let's see if we can catch that, JD, and we'll have more of our discussion after this.
And senior cheerleaders. All right, we're going to start out with number 1, Colin Vanderwall, son of Brian and Gina Vanderwall. Colin, your parents want you to know they are very proud of all the work you put in. Whether it was your schoolwork or the sports you play, you have made many accomplishments because of your effort and dedication. Keep working hard and your blessings will shine through. They are praying Psalm 128, 1 and 2 over you. Blessed are all those who fear the Lord and walk in obedience to Him. You will eat the fruit of your labor. Blessings and prosperity will be yours. Number 2, Jack Fancher, son of Jake and Sandra Fancher. Jack, your parents want you to know you feel blessed to have you as their son and love being a part of your life. Since you were born, they have been praying Zephaniah 3:17, the Lord your God will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with His love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Number 3, Isaac Kakmarinsky, son of Rich and Mindy Kakmarinsky. Isaac, your parents want you to know that they are thankful for you and proud of you. Their love for you is not dependent on your performance. They are praying Ephesians 3:17-19 over you. May you, being rooted and established in love, have power together with all the Lord's holy people to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge. Number 10, Peyton Ritzer, son of Joe and Amanda Ritzer. Peyton, your parents love you and are proud of you. It is an honor and a privilege to be your parents. They have chosen Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 and encourage you to continue to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Number 14, Josiah Deal, son of Matt and Kathy Deal. Josiah, your parents have chosen the verse Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is your strength. They want you to know that you have been a joy since the day you were born, and that you bring joy wherever you go. Number 24, Trevin Parker, son of Morgan and Jill Parker. Trevin, your parents are proud of your hard work and perseverance throughout high school and have enjoyed watching you grow in your faith in God. They are praying this verse over you from Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Number 32, Nate Greco, son of Beth and Amy Lewis. Nate, your parents are proud of you for the steps you have already taken to prepare for your future. They pray that in all you plan to do, you will remember Jesus, who said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Number 51, Colton Voss, son of Kurt and Candace Voss. Colton, you are a hard worker and you take such good care of your friends and family. They want to encourage you to remain strong in your faith and trust God with your future. They are praying 1 Corinthians 16:13 over you. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Number 53, Caleb Pagani, son of Miklos and Debbie Pagani. Caleb, your parents are proud of your resilience and strength in this season to change. Their prayer and reminder to you is from Psalm 34:8. O taste and see, the Lord is good. Blessed is a man who trusts in him. Number 56, Owen Menninga, son of Matt and Ann Menninga. Owen, your parents are proud of you, of who you've become as a young man. You're a great brother, a great friend, and a child of God. Your parents are praying Joshua 1:9 over you. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Number 58, Drew Van Coten, son of Ivan and Charlotte Van Coten. Drew, your parents are so proud of the young man you have become and cannot wait to see what your future holds. For that reason, this is a verse they pray over you. Proverbs 3:21, my son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discretion. Number 59, Spencer Verploeg, son of Jason Verploeg and Carrie Verploeg. Spencer, your parents have always been proud of your determination and willingness to put others first. Their verse for you is Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Number 60, Mitchell Van Zee, son of Elton and Shauna Van Zee. Mitchell, your parents wanted you to know how proud of you they are for having a servant heart. You are always willing to help those in need. They are praying this verse over you from Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. Number 66, Andrew Van Gorp, son of Dwayne and Dawn Van Gorp. Andrew, your parents are looking forward to what God has planned for you. They admire your fun-loving spirit and zest for life. They have chosen Proverbs 16:9. Man makes his plans, but God directs his steps. Number 67, Toby Steen, son of Jack Steen and Christina Steen. Toby, your parents are proud of your kind servant heart. You're always willing to help and encourage others. Continue to listen for God's guidance in all that you do. The verse your mom prays over you is Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. Number 69, Austin Van Zulen, son of Brett and Janae. Austin, your parents are so proud of you, what you accomplished on and off the football field. Seems like just yesterday you were in 3rd grade at the start of your football career. Always remember the verse Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And now the senior cheerleaders. Elizabeth Vink, daughter of Chad and Jana Vink. Elizabeth, your parents are so thankful for your hard work to develop your talents in band, choir, theater, cheer, and academics for God's glory. They are praying Psalm 119, 165 over you. Great peace have those who love your law, and nothing causes them to stumble. And Bridget Van de Zandy, daughter of Eric and Angela Van de Zandy. Bridget, your parents have chosen the verse from Philippians 1, 9 through 11. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth and insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best, and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. Your parents are proud of your efforts in your many activities, and thank God each day for you. Let's hear it for these seniors.
And this is the Captain Zanapella Radio Postgame Show. Congratulations to all of the Eagle seniors, JD. An enormous class leaving Eagle Lane coming up next May. They've still got some history to make in cross country potentially here in the school. They already have so far, boys and girls. They have a phenomenal dance team. We're going to have the musical theater production coming up, Cinderella. It's another great senior class, highlighted perhaps by this Eagles football team this fall.
Yeah, and you know, we've all been there. Not all of us, but all of us adults have been there, and these 4 years go by really fast. And it's just cool to see these seniors honored for some of their hard work and dedication that they have given to these programs, both the cheerleaders and the football team.
Let's run down tonight's final stats. Congratulations to our seniors. But let's run down our final stats tonight, presented by the Reduff Agency. Pella Christian, 16 first downs to 10 for Cardinal. 5 of those came in the second half. Rushing yards, 282 on 23 carries, 132 passing for 414 total for Pella Christian, a 120 for Cardinal. 80 of those came in the second half. Isaac Cack, 116 yards passing. He also had a pretty mild night rushing, 19 yards. It was Cooper Sprunk who actually ended up leading the Eagles in rushing, 66 yards, 7 carries. Johnson Morgan, 57 yards, all coming on a touchdown. Peyton Ritzert, 54 yards on the ground. Benny Schurz, 42. Colin Vanderwall, 40. Very balanced rushing attack tonight for PC. In our final stats, presented by the Reduff Agency, let Chad Lanzer-Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Reduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. Well, JD, barring some sort of Tyler Crabb, or they're doing the final senior dance and walk here, some sort of Tyler Crabb or Trevor Castle calamity, my Eagles' journey on football at least will end. I'll be following the cross-country team the rest of the way in their postseason. The guys are dancing for the senior walk as they walk on down the field. And excited to watch from afar, JD. Now, if there's a November playoff game, I may be on the sideline with my video camera for the first time in a while. But my time with the Eagles on the microphone done until basketball season, again, barring some sort of illness or calamity to those two guys, and I want them to be able to be a part of this special experience. It'll be weird not doing a postseason run after doing all of them for 8 years here at KNIA KRLS. But, JD, still a lot of fun to be had. Go take care of business down at Central Decatur. You get to 7-1 in the regular season and are the scariest of any of the teams that'll be a 2 seed, I think, in Class 1A.
Yeah, you know, football is always just a difficult sport because you don't play that many games, you know, and truthfully, like across the state, if you just look at games, like they're mostly lopsided games, right? I mean, just because of the nature of the sport, a lot of games end up being pretty lopsided, and Pella Christian has certainly had a lot of those, as I think just about every game, you know, other than PCM, just about every game that Pella Christian has won, they've won big.
And that was based on the way things played in that game. PCM was never really in that game.
Right. So they've only really played one close game, which was, of course, the Sigourney-Keota loss 15-13. I don't know what that means, but it's so hard to know, right? Like,
yeah.
When you're just trying to figure out, okay, how good are we? How do we stack up across the state? How do we stack up against this other district? You just never really know, and I think that's part of the fun in it. just to see how this Eagles season ends up. And I'm excited. I think this team has played really well the past couple weeks, and I'm excited as they kind of end their regular season and look ahead to postseason play to see what they can do.
Well, our final score here was 63-0. Pella Christian takes down Cardinal. The Eagles surged to 6-1 overall, and they are the heavy favorites after Central Decatur was losing at last check 46-6 to Sigourney to take second place in Class 1A District 6. Cardinal, looking for their first win next week, will take on Pleasantville. This is the Captain Design Pella Radio postgame show. We'll step aside for a quick timeout, see if Coach Cack makes his way up here. TBD is what we'll call that one because there's a lot of senior night stuff happening. But regardless, we'll wrap things up here soon from Eagle Lane, where it's all Eagles 63-0.
Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry doesn't just change out cabinets and drawers. He can help freshen up your space with updated lighting as well. Here's Vicki Collette from Oskaloosa.
If you want to set up a card table or do something like that, it just wasn't quite enough light. So Mike put these can lights in that room too, and they're all on dimmers, so we can have as much light or as little light as we want, which has really been handy.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
When it comes to your broadband connection, numbers definitely matter. With Pella Fiber, every residential customer gets gigabit speeds for only $75 per month. Working or schooling from home, gigabit speeds up and down make sharing files and meeting online hassle-free. And forget about the weather, fiber optic broadband isn't affected by it. Pella Fiber is your community-owned, fiber-only broadband provider, so their only priority is you. They don't do data caps or throttling, so your last download of the month is as fast as your first. Visit PellaFiber.com today to learn more.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
As a business owner, you're always looking for ways to stretch time and resources. Light and State Bank provides efficient banking solutions so you can spend time on what matters most, improving your bottom line. Whether it's saving a trip to the bank with remote check deposits or simplifying payroll with ACH processing, Light and State Bank is here to help. Give us a call today. Light and State Bank, member FDIC. The battery-powered lawn equipment you've always wanted is here. Toro's Flex Force line of walk mowers and lawn tools are easy to use, fast, quiet, and just as powerful as gas-powered. No hassles, no cords, and virtually no maintenance. Check out Toro's line of Flex Force lawn mowers and lawn tools at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella.
And that wraps up our Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show, where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. Time to go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. It's our continuing coverage of Pella Christian football with head coach Rich Kakmarinsky following the team's 63-0 shutout of Cardinal. And, Coach, we talked about it in our pregame interview, the importance of getting out to a fast start. Peyton Ritzer gave that to you with a 90-yard kickoff return. Your guys really never looked back. There was one turnover that you were able to easily overcome, and you run away with a 63-0 victory. Coach, we talked about playing to the level of yourself and not the opponent, and your guys did just that.
Yeah, I was really proud of them. I thought we came out of the gate hard. Obviously it's a great way to start the game, returning a kickoff for a touchdown. And then our defense, I thought, just played really well the whole first half. And offensively, we just were able to run the ball, we were able to throw the ball. However, we did that one turnover, obviously. But did a lot of great things, and so especially we scored on the offensive side of the ball. We got a pick six on defense, and we scored in the special teams. So that was a nice trifecta there.
And you talked a lot about wrinkles, and JD even noticed that some of your passing game stuff trying to maybe go a little advanced. You had some interesting routes. I know Trevor came free on one of his touchdowns. It was a really nice play action that was set up with both timeouts, tight ends kind of flooding to the same side of the field. There were a few other things that you did at the beginning of drives that were a little bit different. And again, in this game, it probably didn't matter ultimately what you did in terms of your physical strength and ability, but important probably, Coach, to get a lot of those things worked through so when it is a more competitive game, that's somewhere in your back pocket.
Well, that's exactly what we've been adding, about 2 or 3 things a week on both sides of the ball as we go through the season. And obviously, we're trying to peak for playoffs, and I think that we're starting to do that. I think our offensive line's still playing well. Our quarterback's playing well, our running game. And then obviously defensively, we're doing some nice things. So we've added a few little bells and whistles defensively I thought really helped us tonight and will help us in the playoffs. So, yeah, we're just going to march forward and get better. But I thought the kids played awfully hard tonight, and I was really proud of our twos. They kept them out of the end zone, and was able to drive down a score. So that was kind of exciting to see our twos do well in the second half as well.
Well, and your defense playing spectacular again. 12 tackles for loss, Coach. They only had 10 first downs. That's a stat I'm sure you'll take every single time. And a lot of those first downs came in the second half for Cardinal. Another thing I noticed tonight was the balance. It seemed like no matter who you had at running back or was touching the football, I know Colin had a big rush, Cooper and Johnson and some of those backups. And while tonight it's more about fun, there could be a critical situation where Benny's out for a play or two, and those guys will need to step up. Probably important reps for them, important reps for both your first and second team offensive line to show that they can still move the football even without some of your star players on the field.
Well, that's one of our goals, is to be a little more diversified than we've been. Peyton Richard had a couple of nice carries. Colin did. Obviously, Benny did. Isaac did. Johnson, Cooper, and Johnson both had good carries. So, yeah, I think, we're trying to spread the ball around a little bit, and I think you saw that tonight, and I think that'll make us a little more tougher to defend in the playoffs.
Well, Jack Fancher got a little bit dinged up in the game at one point. You didn't bring him back in. And one thing I wanted to note is it feels like you're still kicker as your backup kicker came in as well, Coach, and had another phenomenal effort in terms of PATs and all the above. And that's a luxury few teams have, is let alone have one good kicker. But it feels like, Coach, you've got a lot of trust in some of the depth you have on your special teams. And I know that we often talk about the offense and defense, but a lot of these games are won by what happens in that third phase. And to have a really solid backup kicker has to be huge.
I feel Canman's a hard worker, and he's a good kicker, so I'm really happy with his success tonight. Obviously, Jeff, playing at a very high level all year long, all career long, really. So, our kicking game's in good hands. We didn't have to punt tonight, but Trevor's been punting well. So I thought we covered kicks well. So our young kids are coming along. I thought our sophomores did some nice things in the kicking game as well. Landon Nunnekoven had a beautiful tackle on one of the kickoffs. So even our freshmen are coming along. Garrett Wheeler had a nice play as well. Caleb Volk. So Brecken Richard had a nice drive, part of that touchdown drive as a number 2 quarterback. We had a special moment. We had a Richard to Richard connection tonight in the third quarter, which was kind of fun. So real happy about that one.
And I'm looking here at your program, one of the largest senior classes, Coach, you've ever had here on Eagle Lane, and a very, very good one. Had a chance to honor them after the game with the annual senior walk and some of the recognition there in your program tonight. You've got 16 seniors, and this is a senior class that wants us to be a special end to this season, and I'm sure nice to always be able to recognize that group, and that's really the majority of this team. There are some talented underclassmen who fill in the gaps, but this is a very senior-heavy team and one that wants to make a lot more memories.
Well, they've just been a great class. They've worked hard. They've persevered. They're having a great success as seniors, which is very deserved. So they keep getting better. Drew Van Coten had a great night, and he's a guy that really has come on for us this year. Spencer Verplug had a real big night. Our senior offensive line has done so well. So just been really pleased with our senior class, and to your point, looking forward to making a lot of memories yet this year.
Well, and business yet to take care of here in the regular season before we get to the postseason. 1 week remains. Central Decatur was blown out by Sigourney Keota tonight by, I think at last check, by 40 points or more. So definitely playing for second place next week. Sigourney Keota very likely going to cruise their way to the district championship in week 8, barring something extremely crazy. So, Coach, an important one next week because you want to have that home playoff game to start. It's the same thing you had to do last year. And you've got a long road trip against the Central Decatur team that up until tonight had a lot of success. Yeah, we're not taking anything for granted. Obviously we're going to focus on getting better, but Central Decatur, we know, will give us some stout competition. So we want to go full speed in the playoffs. So we'd like to do next week what we did tonight, play to our best ability, and obviously you get the win and you get the momentum going in the playoffs. And you get to play here one more time. And we get to play at Eagle Field again. Could be a huge deal there. That's Pella Christian head coach Rich Kakmarinsky following the team's 63-0 win over Cardinal. Coach Keck, appreciate your time, and barring anything crazy, Trevor and Tyler will take you the rest of the way. All the best to your Eagles. Thank you very much. And that's In Closing, presented by Light State Bank. Grow strong with us. Thank you to Coach Keck and J.D. Bohr and our entire broadcast team for joining us here tonight. Frank and Mr. Geetings and all the above over to our left who are doing some excellent work on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. You've been listening to Pella Christian High School football on the one to count on for today's local sports and the home of the Eagles, KNIA KRLS. Have a fantastic Friday night. And we'll see you next week in Leon. I'll see you over at Pella High. We'll see you then.